Thank you for holding. We look forward to talking with you soon. Please hold the line, and we'll be right back with you.
Thank you for waiting. Your patience is appreciated. Please hold the line and we'll be right back with you.
Thank you for holding. We sincerely appreciate your patience. Please stay on the line, and we'll be back in a moment.
Thanks for holding. We appreciate your time and patience. Please stay on the line and we'll be back in just a moment.
Thank you for waiting. Your patience is appreciated. Please hold the line, and we'll be right back with you.
Thank you for holding. We look forward to talking with you soon. Please hold the line and we'll be right back with you.
Thanks for holding. We appreciate your time and patience. Please stay on the line, and we'll be back in just a moment.
Thank you for holding. We sincerely appreciate your patience. Please stay on the line and we'll be back in a moment.
Thank you for holding. We look forward to talking with you soon. Please hold the line, and we'll be right back with you.
Thank you for waiting. Your patience is appreciated. Please hold the line and we'll be right back with you.
Thank you for holding. We sincerely appreciate your patience. Please stay on the line, and we'll be back in a moment.
Thanks for holding. We appreciate your time and patience. Please stay on the line and we'll be back in just a moment.
Thank you for waiting. Your patience is appreciated. Please hold the line, and we'll be right back with you.
Thank you for holding. We look forward to talking with you soon. Please hold the line and we'll be right back with you.
Thanks for holding. We appreciate your time and patience. Please stay on the line, and we'll be back in just a moment.
Thank you for holding. We sincerely appreciate your patience. Please stay on the line and we'll be back in a moment.
Thank you for holding. We look forward to talking with you soon. Please hold the line, and we'll be right back with you.
Thank you for waiting. Your patience is appreciated. Please hold the line and we'll be right back with you.
Thank you for holding. We sincerely appreciate your patience. Please stay on the line, and we'll be back in a moment.
Thanks for holding. We appreciate your time and patience. Please stay on the line and we'll be back in just a moment.
Thank you for waiting. Your patience is appreciated. Please hold the line and we'll be right back with you.
Thank you for holding. We look forward to talking with you soon. Please hold the line and we'll be right back with you.
Wherever you go, you can listen to the news. You can swing with the blues on this wonderful, wonderful station. Just take a lively companion wherever you go. Take a portable radio. Take a portable radio.
Now, here comes the music.
Well, I'm not exactly sure how lively we are, how lively we'll be to take along with you on this evening, but we're here, damn it. We're here. We've started, it's our new time.
You're
But
welcome.
We're early then, because now it's like 10 after.
Right.
We started at 9 after. I feel like
Must like this the whole show. You can't find me.
Marty is incognito. Actually, if you look at that shot, look how dark that is, though. In that shot of you, all we see is your glasses.
It's the Marnie bomber over there.
That might be funny. You don't know.
I was thinking
I'm
at
not sure what
Drake.
I was up to today.
Oh, don't know.
Oh,
Don't know
I
where.
know.
Don't know where all you've been.
Just saying.
Your Google will track you, though. Let us all
Oh,
know that.
shit, that's right.
It wasn't my day to watch you, so
That's right, well, most people.
Oh, wait,
try to
whose day
avoid
was
that.
it?
I don't know. I'm
If
off
you're not
on
on the
Tuesdays,
calendar,
Wednesdays,
you
and all
just-
of the other
yeah.
days.
I got it.
Just ignore it.
Oh, well, we are here. It is show number 380. It is the 19th of March already. My gosh. And it's just going to be the three of us tonight. Al Perkins, a friend of Al's, is in town, and Al has always told the friend that he always has Tuesdays off, and the person didn't realize, yes, Tuesdays off from work, but may have filled the day with something else. Didn't matter. So Al's running around town. Didn't they go to a
I
ball
believe
game?
he's watching baseball. I can't say that.
Oh, he just
Very
checked in to
butch things
test
were
some-
happening. Yeah.
Yeah.
Some
straight
spring
face,
training
that's kinda-
things
yeah, that's
happening.
funny.
and-
Yeah, I hope he can stay awake.
But God bless
I don't know
him.
if they're going to the
Yeah.
races later. Or
I know,
what
right?
they're doing.
They're going to
Pat each other on the ass.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
going to
What?
What?
I don't know what kind of
Like
I don't
a
know what
boy
kind of friend
thing,
he's got
like a-
going on. I don't know.
yeah, but that's just a boy thing.
NASCAR. They're going to NASCAR
Oh.
later. I'm
Oh, that's
guessing.
That was
uh,
last weekend.
Sure, I'm sure it was. Wow.
Eesh.
Well, because Brock and Toby were in town for it.
Not sure what that even means. But okay.
That means that they go to all the NASCAR stuff, and they
Oh,
were
that
in
Brock
the,
and Toby.
Yeah.
Got it. I thought you meant like there were two country singers.
Me too. I
Toby
thought
Keith
the same
and
thing.
Brock Keith. I don't know.
somebody.
Yeah, I don't know who these
That
people
guy.
are.
No, our friends Brock
Got it.
and
Brock and
Toby.
Toby. Craven. CC.
TC Taylor.
If you'd have
want.
just said that, I'd have been
If
right
I'd have
on
said
board.
TC.
Right. I'd been right on board.
I forgot. Queens don't have boy names anymore. They're
I know,
only.
it's difficult to keep track of all of them. It's very difficult to
Yes.
keep track of all of
It
them.
really is.
Yes.
Yeah, indeed. Oh, I'm going. Woo, what was that?
Yours are too. 'Cause
I
my
went,
headphones
wow.
keep going. Whoop, 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 whoop.
I thought I was hearing something really weird.
It's
Like
really,
a helicopter?
It's really,
No,
it's really
just
like,
Oh, I didn't hear it. Oh,
bouncy
that's
back
cool.
and
got
forth.
bouncy back. That's what
Yeah.
that was. We'll
Right.
see. How,
Ear exercises.
kind of. That happened to me earlier today, standing in the kitchen. All of a sudden, this side just went completely, not silent, but like it was muffled for some weird reason. Then I was walking around later and just opened up, and I felt
Did
like
you smell toast?
I did
Oh,
not.
right. I was
All
just
right
gonna ask
then.
that.
I was
Are you
not.
having a stroke?
I was near the toaster,
Yeah.
though.
But didn't
So wait,
smell
you were
toast.
making toast
No, I
and
was
didn't
not.
smell
no,
toast?
I just said
Wait.
I was toaster.
That's a strike.
I was toaster adjacent.
Yeah. That's when you're having
I
a
was
strike.
toaster adjacent. A strike, not
Yeah,
a strike.
exactly.
Yes.
When you do not smell toast, it's a strike.
No, I think I was
I don't even know what that
stroke
means.
free.
I don't either. But it just went
Thank
different.
goodness.
Yes.
So far,
Yeah.
might I say. Oh, that's been my thing all this past week, and I gotta stop because I think it's annoying people. Sometimes I walk around and I talk like Snagglepuss, but it's a lot easier to get away with talking like Moira Rose.
Which
Sure.
is a similar accent.
It's similar, but
Very
it's like
similar.
so. The other day, I forgot to plug in that there's a tablet that we use at the bar that controls the sound system. So if you don't plug it in after I don't know like a day or whatever, it dies.
It's short batteries.
And then you
things.
just have to plug it back in. Well, I forgot, and then so the next day, I get there and they made a comment about how hey the tablet was dead this morning, and they looked at me and I'm like, well, there's a very good chance in my post usage I forgot to secure the electrical support to the tablet, causing it to die.
Nobody thought that was funny, did they?
They were like, "What's wrong? Are you having a stroke?"
A lot of stroke
Fantastic.
accusations
That's
here.
fantastic.
Well, in the current promo they've got for this week, it's something about, well, that's progressing it as a voluptuous.
My mama died.
What in the fuck is that? Hi, Mom. What is that? She says something about a relationship, and it's like, well, this is progressing at a rapid velocity. And I'm like, I just love the way she does it. Oh, it does make me laugh. Anywho.
At least there's you laughing.
Yeah, me
Yes.
laughing all by myself.
Good on you.
So here we are, the three of us.
Here we are.
We're gonna have to talk a lot because we don't have Al.
I know. I'm like, well, this will be a 1 hour show.
This might be a short show tonight, which is completely fine. I'm sure we've all got things to do.
Which is really funny because he was like, oh, I had a lot to say. And I'm thinking, and I almost replied, I'm thinking, as opposed to the times when you don't have anything to say.
I did see that. And I thought,
Right? Was there a
Is
time
that
Al
Was it
didn't
going to be a
talk?
5
that
hour
a-
show?
thing that
What did,
happened.
what did I miss? Were we going to go much longer?
Right.
I don't know.
In more detail, please tell me
We're
more.
already as long as Gilligan's Island. How much longer do we need to
You
get?
mean the entire series?
It's the 3 hour tour. Oh my god.
For
Okay,
heaven's sake.
I started laughing today because Dumbass was at a news conference, and somebody made a comment to him, and he actually said, he was like, "There's no lights. There's no this, there's no that." I'm like, I swear to God, if he goes, there's no motor car, not a single luxury, we'll just know that he just uses executive time to watch
Gilligan's
reruns
Island.
of Gilligan's Island.
He was like, I want to know how the skipper does it. I want to be the skipper when I grow up.
That's
You've already driven your boat ashore, sir. I
Seriously.
think we're on that.
God, what a fucking moron.
Oh yes, of course. Well, that's nothing new at this
It
point.
is
No.
not, but it does oddly make me shake my head a little bit. But just
Every
now
day?
more often, I'm just like this.
More than ever.
More than ever.
So, Kat,
yes.
you are cleaning your equipment.
Well, now
That's what our conversation earlier was. You were doing
And there you
equipment
have
maintenance.
I was, but just the way you said it makes you blush a little bit.
Well,
I found myself with a little bit of downtime and a little bit kind of antsy waiting on people to get me some artwork for some print jobs. And so when I bought the screen press that I use, it was filthy, like it hadn't been cleaned since 1990.
Sure.
And so I was so like eager to get it up and going and had like work waiting for it that I cleaned it up enough, but there were still like parts that are not okay.
Right.
And so I thought, last night I was cleaning some stuff up and I was like, well, the calendar looks pretty light. Maybe one arm at a time I could just take it off and give it a good scrub. And
Does it like, I'm ignorant, does it like hold ink? Does it hold
so it's actually
soot, kind of, or
it's actually a lot of shops use a spray adhesive to keep the shirts onto the pallet so that you can do multiple passes and have your image not move.
Okay.
Right? And so that overspray gets everywhere.
Got it.
And so then the grease that's just in dust and the general world, add to that the lint that comes off of a couple of hundred or a couple of thousand shirts at a time. And it all kind of cakes together into this like awful sticky black
Goop.
Yeah, just this black layer
Yeah.
that's awful. And it was pretty much, I had cleaned the outer parts, like where any garments or anything touches, but it was towards the center of the top carousel that was just still really gross. And I would just like day after day just look at it and go, ugh, it's awful. Somebody should clean that.
Does it affect the?
Not one bit.
Okay.
No.
Okay, so it's just
there,
something to annoy you.
and
Right,
it's
right, right.
gross.
Yep.
And so I
Sure.
thought, well, I'll just, and it's all the way up the arms, all the way up to the screen, and so I thought,
Yeah,
well,
like if soup cans were out of order, it doesn't affect.
It
Right.
doesn't affect the taste of the
Right,
soup.
right. No,
It doesn't affect the
no,
making
if the
of it.
Miller Lite in
Right.
your fridge wasn't faced,
God,
I've
I'm on
been to your
board. Keep
house.
going.
I've been to your house.
Keep going. I'm
Right.
into this
Laser
now.
focus now.
So I thought to
I
myself,
just
well,
pictured.
over the next couple of weeks, maybe I could just take one arm off because you kind of have to disassemble the whole thing to get to the center and get really cleaned out under there. And I don't clean a whole lot, but when I do, it's like down to the microscopic.
Sure.
It's ridiculous. And so I pulled one arm off last night, and I was kind of scrubbing at it and real happy. And then I noticed that I was only cleaning like this little pie wedge of the center carousel. And there was no way that I was going to be able to get it sufficiently cleaned to be able to put that arm back on without having to pull the ones next to it off.
Right.
And so then I've got like half of it done, but then so I just had the whole fucking thing
Yeah, you
all
have
torn
to.
apart.
Sure.
Pulled it all off, and
How could you go back and like look at? Because you'd be standing almost like this, I would think.
It'd be
Because
awful.
like
Yeah.
that part's clean, and
Like-
so you're like, yeah.
yeah. Well, then
Right.
it goes in a circle, so it'd be like,
Oh right.
oh, happy, no,
Oh.
no, ah, no. Yeah, it'd be bad.
Terrifying.
Is this similar to what you're talking about?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, that was
Yeah.
not at all what I was
So
picturing.
that-
Looks like a
yeah.
big ceiling fan,
Yeah, kind of.
like a drone
kind of.
or a ceiling
And
fan.
so
or
the
something.
top part of that, you clamp the screens on with the ink and the image and everything. And then the palette there. So it was in the very center of all of that all of this.
Oh my god.
Oh,
So
I see.
So I took every one of those arms off.
I don't get it. Like I don't mean that. So the shirt goes over on the white thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yep.
when you print,
I love it.
Unfortunately,
Yep.
you can't
Nope.
experience
That's
the
okay.
print-
I
the-
need
the
to
you
do
put,
it.
you
pointer.
put the shirt there, and then there's a screen right here where the image and the ink lays.
Yep.
And so you could put multiple screens so that they would be multiple parts of the image.
Okay.
And then you would just go one at a time, and you pull that down, and then you run the squeegee across, and it pushes the ink through the screen
Interesting.
onto the shirt.
Okay.
And so my problem was that all of this center part, which clothes never touch, like nothing ever touches,
Right.
was caked in this horrible combination of awfulness.
Okay.
So I took every one of these arms off, all the way down to just the spinning carousel. I left that on there.
Yep.
Because I can't take the bottom carousel off by myself. It's too heavy.
Right.
I have to have help to do that. So
Okay.
otherwise I may have, and it probably just saved me.
And
'cause-
child labor laws prohibit her from actually having her children help.
No, my children are out of town. No, my children are on spring
Oh.
break, and so they are in Hawaii with their dad right now.
Wow.
Yeah, he
Wow.
he apparently dove right on top of that Southwest
I guess.
flight
yeah.
that goes out to Hawaii. Because like, isn't this the first week that?
For like nothing.
That goes-
wasn't
yeah.
there,
Yeah, it was,
had a-
I just heard them talk about it. I didn't even know that that's.
yeah,
started
it's a
yet,
thing. It's
so-
happening, and
Yeah.
they must have just
Sure.
jumped right on top of that. Oddly, I'm very much judging them because oddly they're only there like till Thursday,
Okay.
and I'm like, well, it's spring break. They don't have to be back to school till Monday.
Right. Why are you
I'd
not
say a few
gonna-
Presumably,
more
the
days.
adults could have some like vacation time or
Sure.
like they're like work from home salespeople anyway. I imagine you could probably work from Hawaii, I suppose, if you had to.
Right.
Sure.
Why the fuck wouldn't you stay till Saturday or Sunday?
Yeah.
You dum dums.
Yeah. Especially if you got a great rate like that.
Right.
I mean,
But who knows what the restrictions were with the flights?
that's
and
true.
that,
That's true.
and flying 5 people and no
That's
good.
true.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's true.
So whatever. So but yeah, no, I have no children in my house until Tuesday. It's lovely.
So
It is.
that's nice.
Yeah, I didn't have to go pick anybody up. I didn't have to have anybody ignore me today.
Right. You didn't have to ignore anyone today.
You didn't have
Right.
to, but
Yeah.
it can still happen.
Well, sure. I mean, and it's still May. Who knows?
Who knows? This show's not over yet.
Yeah. But yeah, apparently my 13-year-old is highly offended because I say things to him like, every time I see you, all you do is stare at your phone. And he says, no, I don't. While staring at the phone. Oh. So I've started taking pictures of him, like literally every time that I see him.
Sure.
And every single one of them so far is him on his phone.
Sure.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's
Which I
good
think
stuff.
the anger of that is translating to work because now I'm starting to like lose my mind at coworkers that are constantly on their phone.
Sure. Sure. Can't put the phone down for a
Get
minute.
the fuck off your phone.
Right.
Slap it out of your goddamn
Get-
hand.
Over here. That's fantastic.
Yeah. Although I did have my own phone traumas this week.
What happened?
Well, got to the Cobalt, got out of the van, and splat. There went my phone in the on the
no.
ground in the park. And I drop my phone kind of a lot. Like
Yeah.
it's not okay how often I drop my phone, and it's almost always fine.
Yeah. Not this time.
But in this case, it was not.
Yeah.
So poof,
Exactly.
face down, dead, like black screen, won't come back to life.
Shit.
Yeah, very. No, you know, it was actually a mostly pleasant experience. So I. This happened on Thursday.
Mostly.
Yeah,
Mostly, sure.
happens on Thursday as I'm arriving at work. I'm like, oh, well, fuck. So I pick up the bar phone as soon as I get inside, and I call Sharon because she's about the only phone number that I have memorized,
Right.
which is handy because
Yeah, it is.
she's the one that can help me in this instance. So I said,
Right.
hey, I need you to go online and figure out what I got to do to claim this fucking insurance and like just do a new phone. And she's trying to tell me I should take it to the Apple store, and I'm like, why the fuck would I pay insurance if I'm just gonna
Sure.
go pay to get my phone fixed?
Right.
It's probably the same amount that I'm gonna pay either way. I don't give a shit.
Right.
But they're gonna ship me a new phone.
Right.
Okay.
So she goes online and does what she can for that and gets the process started. Great. So then, now mind you, I've never changed an Apple device before,
Okay.
right? So I've never made use of the cloud. Holy crap.
Oh, right.
That shit is amazing.
Oh, the
Yeah.
backup and restore.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So-
Welcome aboard.
Right. So things went just swimmingly, you know what I
Swimmingly,
mean?
that's
Like
right.
SIM card pop out thing and
I
all that.
I submitted my claim. I popped out the SIM card because I was kind of a little bit freaking out by not having a phone for a day and a half, and it's a good thing I did because someone was calling me for T-shirts.
Oh,
So I found an old Android phone and I popped the SIM card in so that I had phone access and whatever.
okay.
And then the new phone arrives and I pop the SIM card and it says, "Do you want to restore from the cloud?" And I'm like, "Well,
Hell yeah.
fuck whatever that does. It's fine. I can set everything else up. Like I did it the first time. I can do it a second time." No, bam. My phone was like right there.
Yeah. Already.
Down to the fucking podcast that I was listening to.
That's
That shit is
wild.
bananas.
Yeah,
That
it's
shit is
wild.
so crazy.
So handy.
And I know a lot of people have experienced this a lot. You know, this has been happening for
It's
years
new
and
to
years.
you.
But
This is
that's okay.
brand new information
Brand
to
new
me.
you.
Uh-huh.
Sure.
And it was very, very exciting
It
because
is.
I was sitting there watching TV and, oh, it's updating. Oh, it's doing its thing. And it was done. And I opened my phone and I was like, oh, good God.
The only thing that it
Everything is same.
the only thing that does not happen when you do that is you actually have to log back into like
I did
websites
have
and-
to relog into
other
like
than that,
banking crap. And
I was surprised
emails and
that
things.
it remembered all the Wi-Fi's,
Everything.
all that stuff.
Remembers all the things.
Used to be that it didn't remember all your Wi-Fi's, like because
Oh,
in the
that'd
business
be a
I
shame.
was in, I had hundreds of different Wi-Fi networks saved on
Right.
my phone. Then I would lose them all, and I'm like,
Oh,
God,
That would be
because they
tragic.
were Wi-Fi networks that all of a sudden maybe I didn't have access to, but I still had it saved to my phone.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, remembered every single one of them. But yeah, you just have to
Fantastic.
relog into your websites and your banking and that kind of stuff, and otherwise it's a
that
glorious
shit
thing.
is magic.
Yeah.
I was very, very impressed
Look
with
at
that.
Kat Carlson embracing technology,
I know.
ladies and
It's
gentlemen.
good.
I love technology.
Oh, I know
I've
you
just-
do.
I know, but
I've
the
just
fact
never
that-
seen. I've just never seen that complete of a backup. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like
just
my
magic.
Android phones would like remember shit on Verizon's network or whatever bullshit.
I'm going to refer to that as a tail to snout restoration. That's everything.
That's everything. Yeah,
Everything.
did
right there.
everything.
Good
It was
for you.
amazing. I
Now,
was
did
amazed.
you? So,
I
and
may have to buy more cloud storage or whatever so that it does more things for me. I don't even know.
What and I forget which phone are you currently?
I've got an 8.
That's what I have. I now have is the
Oh.
8. Yeah, I haven't.
It's doing a good job.
It does what I need it to do.
Right?
I don't need. The only thing it doesn't do that I do like, but it's not worth the expense of the phone.
Is it that 3D photo bullshit? Because that shit freaks me
That
out.
portrait mode, I love. I love the way that
That's
looks.
So
really
I
pretty.
have the port, but on the 8
Yeah.
Plus.
We don't have 8 pluses.
No, but it doesn't have it on the 8.
Do you have a?
I have
you have
the
portrait.
portrait.
Well, then because it's the 8 plus.
Oh, okay.
Fancy,
It's the-
fancy.
Plus.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, that's the
It
plus
means-
part.
It means more.
Plus, you've got the bigger screen, which I'm gonna start
got the
needing.
bigger everything.
Well,
Oh my god.
I'm gonna start needing the bigger screen just to see stuff.
right.
So I also talked
Yeah,
to my
talk
mom
about
for
having
kind
the
of a
bigger
long time
screen
this week.
and having it enhanced with the bigger.
I got to hear a fun story about how my mother almost knocked out a Verizon rep cold in the store.
Well, that's kind of cool.
Yeah,
Can you share it?
because she needed a new phone. She was still on a Samsung Galaxy 5, which is like 2010. That's old
Oh
shit,
my
right?
God, yes.
Old people, right? And you
Like
know,
a flip phone, for God's sakes.
it
Calm
was
down.
basically a flip phone. No, it was awful. It was awful. The last 2 times I saw her, I'm like, Mom, can I take you to the store now? Like
No,
we could just go online and order it. It'll be here tomorrow.
right. Can
You
we
know,
get rid of this?
just really upset at the fact that she has such an old phone. I don't know
Right.
why I was so upset. So she goes into
No, but
the
I get
store.
it.
And she's vehemently against an Apple product. Like she will never buy an Apple product. Okay, fine.
Does she know Tim Apple personally?
She might. I don't know. Well, and she was a database analyst for like 30 years.
right.
So you
Oh,
know
got
she
it. Okay.
she loves what she loves and she hates what
Right.
she hates.
Sure.
And great.
That's fair.
Mm-hmm.
So she goes into the Verizon store and decides to upgrade and she chooses the Samsung 10 or the 9. I don't fucking know.
Whatever the latest
Right.
and greatest. Yeah.
Chose a new phone
Mm-hmm.
and apparently the sales guy said, "Well, you know, you might want to consider the Plus, the big size of it, because you know, women of your age."
Oh, that
Mm-mm.
can't be good.
Yeah.
That can't be good.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm surprised she didn't just walk out of the store because that's some shit she would do.
just drop the
Yeah.
phone and
Yeah.
be gone.
Oh,
I
I'm
got
sorry
to
that
go.
phone broke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She said,
Women of
she said
your age.
absolutely not.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
not okay.
Wow.
God
Very
bless it.
upset.
That's not
Yeah.
okay.
Huh.
I know. It made me laugh like
Yeah,
crazy
of course.
out loud on the phone.
Of course, but still.
When did this happen? This story?
My mom?
Yeah.
Uh,
Just recently?
Recent.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
right. I saw
Very
that on the
recent.
news.
Woman loses mind.
That's right. Mine. That's right. Yep. I thought I saw something about it. Sounded familiar.
No, she's usually a cold, scary, quiet, angry. You know what I
Which
mean?
is worse.
Yeah.
Which is much
For
worse.
real, it is.
Not the yelling and
What's
screaming, like
brewing
the
down
cold,
below
scary,
surface?
quiet,
Yeah.
angry.
It's such a
That's
nice,
true.
calm lake, but yet you know,
Yeah.
there's piranha.
Don't fuck with
Yep.
Deb Carlson.
Uh,
Listen.
Oh my gosh, that's fantastic.
Uh-huh.
That's fantastic.
Then she went on to tell me about how she was all like reasonable and stuff, and I'm like, aren't you the same woman who took out a full page ad in the newspaper because you didn't like a street going past your house?
Oh my god.
She did.
So
Yeah.
with,
Real.
so with that, did she decide just against the Samsung?
No,
Or
she stayed with the Samsung and she got the regular
But
small.
but a different rep helped her after that point.
I'm
Or
not
she
even
went
sure.
to a different store.
Yeah.
I know.
I would go to a different store if
Yeah.
if that's the case. I do
I don't
not
know.
need that young
Walk
man's
in by saying,
smart
"Let me
mouth.
tell you how it started at the other store," and I'm
Because
going to
that
tell you.
doesn't sound like I'm 100.
Right,
that
right.
young man's smart mouth.
Right.
If
Nobody
the,
needs
if
that.
the phrase "woman of your age" comes out of your mouth, I will kill you.
I will kill you.
Smack
Murder
you.
will happen.
That's right.
At least now, like when Mom and I talk about things like that, we refer to each other. I'm sure Marnie's similar to that because we're like, I'm at that age now, and Mom just laughs because I'm
Yeah.
experiencing
Yeah.
all the things.
Uh-huh.
Eyes aches, eyes don't work as well. Hell,
right.
my mom's eyes are now better than
Isn't that
mine.
funny? Right. Sure.
Yeah.
Because of having them done.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, the one so far,
Uh-huh,
but that's
yep.
just still amazing to me that she can see so well with that. But
Anybody puts something down in front of me and says blah blah blah, blah and then they keep talking and I'm like, really? Because I'll have these down here. And I'm like, really?
Mm-hmm.
Think I can see that? But and I have to put. It's making me crazy.
or it is this. It literally is this.
Yeah, but that doesn't. That's super not effective for me.
And well, no, it is to me to a point. But the other thing, in some other asshole this past weekend was like that. I was doing something on my phone and I held it out because I wore my sunglasses on Sunday because it was so bright and I didn't want to be squinting. So
Right.
I'm like, I'll sacrifice.
And you looked good doing it.
I felt good. I
Yeah.
did feel good. But it's
As you
like
should.
I'll sacrifice the vision once because we're where our destination. I wasn't driving. I'll wear sunglasses there. But again, I have to fight with the phone.
Yeah.
But they're like, Jesus, how big is your font? And I'm like, fuck off. So then I'm holding the
a
phone.
woman of your age.
Yeah, a woman of your age with a font that big. Size queen. So I'm holding the phone like this. I don't remember what I was doing. I was texting or reading something. I'm not sure. And then all of a sudden, Ricardo texted me. So then they're like, would you like me to hold the phone over here? And I'm like, you can just fuck all the way off.
No.
All the way.
Right.
Don't stop it, go. All
I'm
the
gonna
way.
hold it across the bar.
Assholes.
Fuck you.
But I'm like, I can make the font bigger if I need to. I just have chosen to stop at that extra large font that I'm on, not the
Alright.
not the double XL.
Oh
You don't
my
want
God,
you don't want the
that's
phone for a
great.
woman of your age.
Oh my god!
I should go into their ads campaign.
That right, it should.
And Tammy,
iPhone 10 Plus for a woman of your age.
and I ran into Tammy Bobs today.
Oh,
Tammy was
nice.
trying to show me something on her screen, and I was like, for a second, I'm like, have I lost my mind? Have I lost my mind? Realizing she's got one of those overlays where you can't see it from the side,
from the side,
unless
sure.
you're
Yes,
looking directly
yes,
at it.
yes.
Still, the font is too small. But she's like, was pulling up something on her phone. It was just askew to me, and I'm like, that fucking screen's black, Clayton. The screen's black. What are you gonna do? Then I realized she turns it, and it's like, boom. Crazy.
It is crazy.
But hey,
Absolutely.
I plan to hide all those weaknesses for as long as I can.
well, there no.
I'm already
of
sight
them you
deficient. Like
just
I've been
can't.
sight deficient forever, so can't see shit. Well, you're
It's
welcome.
terrifying.
How?
I wear contacts.
Okay,
I'm severely nearsighted, like disablingly nearsighted.
I don't know
Yeah.
that I knew that. You have
Yeah.
kept that a good secret.
I know,
I didn't realize that.
because contacts are a fucking miracle.
Yeah, I
You know what?
don't
If
think
ever I get,
could.
if ever I get like a
just don't
scratch
think I
on my
could.
eye, or if ever
Yeah.
I got anything for any reason that I couldn't wear contacts,
Mm-hmm.
I literally can't leave the house. Like I have glasses, but I can't drive with them.
Yep.
I can't be out in the world with them. Like
I've
I will,
never
I will
seen you
run
with
like
like a
a
little
for-
contact case or a
for
little
vanity,
anything like that.
reasons, or just because you can't see.
No,
use
for
it?
for actual reasons. My prescription is very, very high, so the distortion
Oh, okay.
through the lenses, if I wear
Mm-hmm.
actual glasses, is so disorienting. Like if something ever happens that I can't wear contacts ever again, I'll have to spend a couple of weeks like actually adjusting to.
And is,
That new normal,
is
and
the
that's
LASIK not an option for you, or are you against it?
I'm not against it. The last time I looked into it, it wasn't an option for me because
Oh.
my prescription was so high.
Okay.
They actually couldn't guarantee that they could correct
Oh, okay.
my vision enough to make it worth it.
Got
And,
it.
and then I wouldn't be able to wear contacts. So then I
Oh.
would be stuck in glasses with slightly better vision.
All right. So that
Not
is
worth
not
it.
worth it. I got you.
Not worth
Mm-hmm.
it. Contact lenses.
Sure.
No. Yeah, I'm really good at hiding the.
Yeah, you are.
And I've
Deficiencies. You're
debated.
welcome.
I've never seen because I've seen people with contacts and they constantly have to have or like have some, they'd be doing something
Yeah.
with their eyes and they have to have the solution because they get so dried out or whatever.
No, I actually latched onto one of those like it's basically the Dollar Shave Club of contacts.
Oh, is
And-
it Hubble?
It is Hubble, yeah.
Okay, Hubble.
Yeah, so they send me a box every month, and in fact, I'm like 4 boxes in. I need to pause them for a month or two because somehow they're always ahead.
Okay.
Yeah, they just ship me, so I put on brand new contacts every morning,
Wow.
and I have
Oh,
so many
every-
extras I could put on brand new ones in the afternoon if I got something in
Sure.
my eye. Yeah.
Sure.
Wow,
Different,
that's
yeah.
sweet.
They're super sweet and cheap. They're
For
like
real?
$30 a month.
Okay.
I
Now,
pay
I
$1
have
a
been-
day for contacts.
I've been debating because I am uncomfortable. I don't wear sunglasses when I drive anymore because I'm so uncomfortable. Though I can still see, I don't like the fact that stuff is blurry. Like, and I don't mean blurry to a point where I can't tell what's going on. It's just uncomfortable to me. If that light is not a crisp, clear
Yeah.
green light, or the street signs, I know what the street sign says. I know where I am. But again, I'm uncomfortable with that. So
Yeah.
I've thought about going to a contact because I'm gonna forever wear cheaters to read. Like
Yeah.
that's just gonna happen. Or
Sure.
the font on my phone is just gonna be ginormous. But I've thought about going to contacts purely for the distance, so that I could go back to wearing sunglasses. And the rest of that's the only issue I have.
Right.
Well, 'cause then you carry your little
this
readers
is
and-
all of this is fine. I can see all of this perfectly fine. The screens are fine here in the room for the chat room. But driving, when you get to beyond 150, 200 feet, the street signs are just a little blurrier, and it's uncomfortable for me.
See, that's my normal.
Okay.
Always
All the time, all the time.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
couldn't do
can't, I
it.
can't read street signs anymore.
Good morning, Nero.
Ah, wow.
Yeah, if I didn't have any correction, I wouldn't be able to see anything in here. Like I'd be all feel like I could see the shapes and
Yeah,
everything, but
yeah.
it'd be super blurry.
you can find me right away. I'm
Not with that
but-
black
Not with that
outfit
outfit, no. You're stealth mode over there.
I kind of feel like we're like on the geriatric show with Clayton
right.
McKee. Like, what is happening?
Now
Sasha?
sponsored-
I'm not sure where this took that
I know.
turn.
I was
really.
like, that's where I started giggling.
Marty,
'cause
bring
I
us
was
out of
like-
it.
Well,
Why don't you just
well,
lift us right out of
with
this?
women our age.
Right.
I know, and the more you're saying, I'm like, yeah, no, I get that.
Right.
Like I'm, oh hell,
Apparently, Al Perkins keeps us young.
he does. There you go. Well, he just talks us. He
We're all the
talks us
same, our
around
age, you know, all our age.
everything.
Joe just
Hey,
posted something
Annette.
for you in reference to the LASIK. Maybe that will be a benefit, maybe not.
Barnett Delaney.
Yeah, and I haven't looked into it for probably 10 years now, so it might be a thing.
Because I understand a lot of technology has really changed
Oh, sure.
with that. And
Yeah,
so I'm thinking optimistically for you, they could
Sure.
potentially slip in a new lens and your whole day would be brighter
Oh
and
yeah, a
better.
lens transplant would definitely be the better way to go.
It's accelerating at a
my
rapid
God.
velocity.
I just don't have
That's
enough cornea to
frightening.
shave to
Yeah.
to change that.
That's frightening.
No,
Science
that's
queen.
crazy. Listen,
I sent you a couple of photos,
Okay, I'm going to get right
Mr.
to
McKee,
it sounds very exciting.
from when we were out of town.
Oh sure,
Aaron
Vegas,
and
baby.
I-
Did you put it all on red? Come on, come on,
Did I what?
put it all on red. That's what you do.
Oh,
when
yeah.
You, when
No,
you
no,
go
no.
to Vegas, you take all your winnings right as you're walking out the door. You stop by the roulette table.
That's right. I
and
did
you put it
say-
all on red. Double or
I
nothing.
Did
I
get
either.
that, and that's funny because I was absolutely going to make do a roulette bet on my way out, and then I was like, "Can we just leave?"
Can we
I was
just leave?
I was, yeah. It was like enough already. I'm not a Vegas person.
Oh really?
Yeah, and I really have never been.
I love gambling. I love
For
Vegas.
me,
I love
like the
Laughlin.
idea of
I love
and
Indian
it-
casinos.
oh no, like I don't go. To
I like
the-
playing craps in
forget
a
that
back
they're
alley.
here.
I don't give a shit.
Roll the dice. Roll the dice. I
Roll the
said.
dice.
There you go. No, it wasn't my thing. So we ended up though going to see. We were looking for some different shows, and we went to Hell's Kitchen, which
cool.
was very fun. They have it, and it was delicious. I got to send back my filet mignon because it was not done properly. I was
no.
like, "What is this?" And I dropped it. No, I did not, but I wanted to because it was kind of fun.
Yeah.
You know, you're supposed to be like, and Aaron specifically ordered the scallops and lobster risotto because apparently, if anyone watches Hell's Kitchen, that's what
That's
they
the
fuck
thing.
up all the time.
Okay.
The most. Well, hers were delicious, but my steak was just. It was too done. You
Oh,
cannot have
no.
a filet mignon that was
No,
too done. No.
you need
I'm
medium
like,
rare.
Exactly. I'm
Yeah.
like, no,
This is overcooked.
not gonna happen.
Send it back. Good for
So
you
that
because
did
I'd have just
happen.
eaten it.
But well, I was like, well, this is delicious still. But anyway, it run very very well, and so we did that. We got to take a picture with the Hell's Kitchen crew behind us. They were very accommodating. Our 8-year anniversary is next month, and so that's in a
Wow.
lot of ways why we were going
Sure.
to kind of take an early anniversary kind of vacation. And so she had told them that when she made the reservation.
Oh, that's very
and,
nice. They come out
wait.
with like the Mexican hat.
They
and,
no, that's what I said. I'm like, why aren't they singing? Why?
Birthday, we know
Yeah.
you're gonna die.
Why isn't Gordon
I will just
Ramsay a
start
donkey?
shooting.
You know,
Right.
and that's what he says.
Oh.
It really does sound like
So
it's more
he's
from
Shrek?
Shrek.
Like what?
But that's what he says all the time.
All right.
No, they came out with probably the most delicious dessert, and every single person that walked past our table, happy anniversary! Thank you for sharing that with us. I'm like, what the fuck? Do we have? Is there a sign behind
It's
it?
a
But
good manager.
they're really good. Yeah. And so it was just a lot of fun. We did the zip lining over Fremont. And everyone's
Scary.
still alive. I didn't fall and hurt anybody, so that was good. But it was fun. It was a lot of fun.
Now the 3 pictures you sent me,
Yeah, none of the one of them is the Hell's Kitchen.
right, which is going to be this one. So
Mm-hmm.
this is where your beverage is there.
Yeah, and that was one of. It was called Meet Your Maker, and I'm not a Maker's Mark fan,
Okay.
right? I'm
Yeah.
just not.
Okay.
God, I could have drank those all night, or drunk those all
Oh.
night long.
Oh.
Oh
Yeah?
my God,
All right.
strawberry and like apple, and it was all kind of delicious.
It looks lovely.
Oh my
All
God.
right. Then there's a picture of a gentleman
little
on a
mint it looks
sidewalk.
like.
So the gentleman on the sidewalk was what we zip lined over him, and that just made me laugh. That everyone there, they have like little circles in Fremont Street, and I don't know if they have them wherever else, but the little circles are where you can stand, and and do
perform or protest.
Perform, right.
Okay.
Anything or whatever it is that you want to do. Well, this dude just stood there with a "fuck you" sign, and everybody else had a, there were people from America's Got Talent that were doing things on the corners. There's some guy folding himself up into a box and doing all this, and they're just "fuck you."
Okay.
And I thought, there you have it.
Well, there it is.
And there you have it. And
Sure.
my favorite part, not one person engaged him. Like I kept
Well, he
sitting
told them
there.
not to. There's your sign.
No.
But I
But I
know-
mean, I appreciate
Is that
it.
his permit number right there? On
I
the,
wondered what was on that, but I'm not sure. I of course didn't want
I'm
to
gonna
engage
guess that's
him.
his permit to perform or do whatever he's doing.
It could be. I thought it was like a first come first serve for whoever's in these different circles.
Right.
Kind of
I
thing.
think
but
that would lead to violence and street gangs. I
could
think.
be.
I think there must be
But-
some sort of administration.
So that was
handles that.
funny. And I did in this day and age. I just appreciated that nobody was paying him any fucking mind.
Well, you know what they were saying back to him is
Fuck
"fuck you."
you.
Yeah,
That's right.
done, clear.
That's right.
And this next one,
And the next one, we went to Menopause the Musical,
Mm-hmm.
which was one of the funnier things I've ever seen in my life.
Okay.
I mean, jugular popping out. And when Shirley Feeney was the Cindy Williams, the main attraction,
all right,
she
she
was
was the starlet, the
yeah,
draw.
but she was the guest. So the two on the end, the one on the right was fantastic. I just
Who
loved
is
her.
that?
So I'll have to look in. I was going to get you guys the names and then I forgot to bring the thing. Was just amazing. And I honestly, I'm not trying to be rude, but kind of looks like a drag queen to me.
Yeah, well, that's what I was wondering.
Right? But isn't. But I kept looking thinking, is it?
But I cannot
Looks
tell you who
so
that is.
familiar.
Looks like a chunky Claudia B.
Well, good thing. And
All
then,
right.
then, of course, next to her is
Yep.
the lovely Cindy
Yep.
Williams.
And she has like right above the left part of her lip, it looks like somebody applied her makeup poorly.
Well, it could be
Because the lipstick kind of went off, but that was part of the show.
Oh, I see.
Somebody like kind of hits her, so she has this big smear of lipstick, but she was just lovely. And the theater that it's in is maybe 100 people.
Oh, okay, small theater.
So small theater, and we were sitting. We walked in, and I looked at her and I said, "Are we in the gay section? Like, did you put something in there? Like, put all the queers in one corner?" Because we walked in and sitting at our table. There were 4 people at a table, and right behind us, I'm like, we're like, "Hi," and the table over here. And it really was. It was very. There were probably 20 of the 100 sitting just in that section. I thought that was fantastic. It was very apparent.
Oh.
and
and
who
then-
is the lady on the left of the picture?
So
there?
she was.
She looks familiar.
God, let me think how I get it. She was funny as shit and in the show, but then a cunt.
Oh, well, isn't that part of the show?
It was great.
Yeah.
I thought it was great. It was surprising because that she puts on a good act.
Okay.
Right? She was, she's been in a lot of different things. Aaron was reading the bios on them, and so she's been in like a lot of bit part kind of things.
Okay.
She was very funny. She was like the wispy 70s, like this is the dawning of Aquarius, the age of Aquarius kind of role. They all sang and danced and they had a really good time. There were 2 that also were in it. So there were 5 total in the cast. Just fucking funny. It was really, really well done. And just kept hitting the nail on the head where you're like, wow, that's awesome. Just everything that women are going through or will be going through.
I've never seen it. I don't know if my mom has seen it. I don't recall.
I don't die. I was wondering about the women in my life, wondering if people had Robin and Brenda have seen it, because I was like, Robin would just get the biggest kick out of this, and they've seen it. I'm not sure where. My mom hasn't, and I told her like we'll be going
When it comes through here?
Yeah. So
All right.
and I know it's been here before, so I
Sure.
need to look. And Mama Di, if you want to join us, that would be a fucking
I'd
delight.
love to see it too because I've always heard of it.
It really is. It's very smart and it's very quick, it's like an hour and a half show.
Okay.
Very quick show, but the singing, and it's all to, like, I heard it through the grapevine, but they change it's a lot of that kind of music. Sonny and Cher, I Got You Babe, but they switch it up to be poignant concerning women's issues.
Okay.
Yeah. So it just really was. That was very fun, and took Pearl on her first road trip.
Yeah.
You know,
Pearl is her new car.
this
by
is
the
my
way.
new vehicle.
Yes.
So yeah, that was a lot of fun. And Annette, no money, didn't win any money. Then again, didn't really try to.
So you're not a gambler. That's,
No,
I mean, you're or the coward of the county. Either one.
no, I'm not either. That's right. We actually went to
Didn't plan that Kenny Rogers reference, but there it is.
we
That was,
went to Elkhorn.
you know, I didn't see it coming, but I'm glad it's here. I'm glad it happened. We'll do it live.
We'll do it live.
I can't find the cast information for that.
We went to El Cortez, which was where my parents used to go back in the 70s. Like they
Okay.
would go every spring with another couple and stay at the El Cortez, and that's where my dad always played craps. Right down in It's
Oh,
right
it's
down
it's an
off
old.
Fremont.
Okay, it's in
Mhm.
Fremont. Got it.
And it was just kind of fun to Aaron and I played craps for a couple of hours, and I don't really understand it, but that's what he'd love to play, and so it was just kind of cool thinking
I love
I know
craps.
that they've changed things, and God knows,
Stay there
but
forever.
you know, where you sit there and you think, I wonder if my dad was like right here ever.
Oh,
Yeah.
right.
You know. So that was kind of fun, and then I bet his ring, and I had to win it back. No, I didn't.
Oh.
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. I
like
didn't.
you do.
Like you do.
It just
I was like,
happens.
but it's the last thing I have.
I got a feeling. Bet the farm
yeah,
on
bet
this
the
one.
farm.
Mabel, we lost the farm.
That's right.
Sorry
can I
about
get
it.
the farm back? I just want to wear that. So,
Bet my
anyway,
shoes.
yeah. So it was a decent amount of fun. It was a decent amount of fun.
Good.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you had fun.
Fantastic.
I particularly appreciated your comment last week on our text pool of I don't think I'm going to make it back in time for the show. Duh.
Well, and then I
it was
forgot.
on the calendar. I forgot to look. Completely forgot. To
I
look.
had it. I had sent something to you guys via the Facebook thing
Yeah.
about it, and
Yep.
then I'm like, did I? I don't know. And so that's why all of a sudden I was sitting there like, oh shit! I hope I said something to them because I'm not getting back.
Yeah, not going to happen.
Yeah. I mean, even being late, I'm not getting back. so-
Right.
Right. You completely not going to make that one.
But that I think is the extent.
Well, that sounds like it sounds good.
Yeah, it was very fun.
For me, I think I mentioned last week in the show. I know I realized you weren't here, but back in the saddle of the Pride Parade announcing it's Katie June and I
Oh
are.
my God, that's the announcement. The Katie June announcement.
Yeah.
Was that what it was?
That's what it is.
well,
yeah.
there are very few things that make me so goddamn happy as that.
Yeah,
Wow.
Katie June and I are
Can
back.
you say "paflag"? Will you just say "paflag" when they go by? 'Cause
Sure.
That's what those dumbasses said last year.
Oh, apparently there was a lot of stuff they did wrong last
Oh,
year.
you have no idea.
Yeah, well, no, not fully, but it's all right. So
But I'm so excited.
that happens. Actually, there should be a social media blitz happening this week that's gonna come out announcing our return. So yeah, that's Sunday morning on the corner of 3rd and Osborne, right where we normally would be.
To Kat and to Katie, and not taking anything away, but you being back there on that corner makes me I'm fucking pleased as punch right now.
Well, I'm happy.
Oh, my
Everybody's
God.
happy you're back on your corner. Clayton.
Yep, that's
glad.
exactly right.
I'm thrilled that.
Oh my gosh, I can't wait to tell Aaron.
I just hope that the rest of the people that find out about this through social media
Feel the
are
same.
just as jubilant
Yeah.
as you are.
Well, we talked about last year when we were there. We're like, fuck it. Why are we here?
Mm-hmm.
This is absurd. I've never heard it. Forgive me that I don't mean to go off on
No,
them.
it's okay.
They didn't prepare even in the least.
They didn't know anything about our community or who any of these people were
No.
or any of that stuff. So
and
it was
when
tough.
you have Greg Stanton going by and they don't even say hello to Greg Stanton. They didn't say anything.
The mayor of Phoenix.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Anything to any of the
Yeah, it's
David Shapira, like nothing.
yeah. They didn't know anybody in our community. Bar owners, people who worked in the bar.
You're right.
The
You're
names of the
absolutely right.
groups. The
Yeah.
flag.
Put flag.
When they said that the the little group that we had kind of in
Yeah,
that
so-
corner. We're like, whoa.
So that is happening, which I again thrilled to have had the meeting and talked about that.
Good.
And
That's awesome.
so that happens. So boom, there's one. We just passed this past Sunday, of course, was our the happens every year, the St. Patrick's Day
Yeah, sure. does.
festivities that a lot of people have fun and go with. And so here's the picture of Daniel and I from Sunday, running around like you do.
Lovely
Yep,
photo.
You looked fantastic.
Now Daniel's wearing it is a light green shirt that he's wearing, but I told him like I'd be more than happy to teach him how to do this, and he
Well,
could.
got the
Sure.
two of you.
He could
Coulda.
do it, but he wasn't as enthusiastic as
Maybe
as-
next year.
But yeah, we got there. So we did that. Trying to think of what else of any real. There's no everything else is just cruising along.
Yeah.
I guess moving along.
Good.
Things here, things there.
Just a big shout out to my other brother, and that would be Mr. Jason Covert. Today he's 40 years old.
Oh my!
He hit the 4-0.
Oh my gosh.
Aaron will be 4-0 in another couple weeks.
Hope I never get that old.
Yeah, you do.
I'll be the 5-0 in several
Yeah,
weeks from now.
I know, but I just thought it's very funny to me because they're like, gosh, we're all getting so old.
It happens that way.
Calm
Women
down.
of your age.
Woman of your age.
Right.
Can I get you a jitterbug? Thank you, asshole.
Will you please hold my satchel that I have?
While I hit you with my walker.
Yeah, exactly. That's fantastic. But yeah, happy birthday to Jay.
I didn't look, or it just didn't pop up in my list of stuff today
Yeah.
for birthdays on the Facebooks.
He's Mr. 4-0.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
And what anything that he's doing, or do you know?
As far as today, no, I don't know. But we're all gonna go out on Friday.
Oh, gotcha.
Just do a dinner on Friday, so that'll be great.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that'll be nice.
Well,
yeah.
Sounds nice.
The end.
The end for
Good
that.
job.
It's all
Oh,
uphill from 40.
Did you
That's it.
get? I know this is really not relevant to anybody else at this table or listening. Did the internet? Did any of that stuff get moved yet?
CenturyLink? No,
Okay.
they have not come out yet. Hopefully that'll be this week. Lots of stuff has blown up with work a
Okay.
little bit, so
All right.
there was.
Because I'm just waiting
I was
on
scheduled.
wording from you.
Yeah,
oh, and
I
by
was
the way,
yeah.
completely didn't answer you in your text that you sent me. But yes, what you gave me with the DirecTV got me through what I needed to get through. It helped.
Oh, good.
So and it worked out well.
Good.
But I'm glad that we've passed this time change and I can
Yeah.
be back to the regular
Yeah.
use
but
of the
that's
cable box.
awesome.
Yeah. No, so it got me through what I needed to.
Okay.
But and yeah, it worked great. I just played it on the laptop, showed it on the big screen. Everything worked out well.
Oh, that's wonderful. I
Yeah,
was
so we
like,
got through
I
that.
wonder if anything went well with
Yeah,
that.
it
so.
did. It
Good.
we got through it.
Good. I like it.
Oh
like it.
my gosh! I know there's a lot going on with these. Where am I? Where did I lost my? Nope. There's that. Huh. Funny how I don't know where the hell that went.
I don't either.
I really don't even know what I'm looking for, but
I don't. And so I don't know where it is.
There, I found it.
Quite the challenge.
Someday I'm gonna get all this done. I won't have to be hunting and pecking for shit. So, don't know. Wait, what goes there? Bingo. All right.
It was a lot.
It was.
Really.
It was a lot, and my fingers are cold.
From
Oh.
what?
Well, I bought.
From your
I bought grapes
What
today.
the hell happened?
Well, I bought grapes today
There
to
was an
snack on
incident.
through the show, right?
Right.
So, in addition to my smoked salmon, what is this Philadelphia cream cheese? So I like so rinse them off and I put them in water to soak, but I put them in cold water so that they'll chill down. They're the room temperature. I want them to get cooler. So I slipped them in the freezer for a while to get cool, and then time passes and things go on. Well, when Kat got here, I remembered because I saw her grapes.
Yeah.
And I ran and grabbed them. Well, the bowl, it had all frozen around
Oh, no.
the
It
quarter
was
inch of
perfect and lovely.
the perimeter of the bowl and then the top. So I was able to pull out just the whole thing, and then the grapes fell out from the inside. But the water's cold. Really.
Super frozen.
Freezer works. Found out the
Freezer
freezer
works.
works
There you
very
go.
well.
Fantastic.
Very well.
That's great.
All right. Are we in any shape, way, or form ready to do headlines
I
of something?
mean,
Of course.
Are we ever?
We can probably get ourselves
I'm
through
probably the
this.
most prepared.
You probably are, because you can do all kinds of stories tonight. It's Headlines, kids, coming to you on this hour.
I was kidding.
Tuesday nights. Well, hey, the bird is protected.
Don't shoot yourself. Oh, no, never mind.
Is it fake or alternative?
We shall not speak his name.
Gloria, I gotta go. We got cows.
Well, who's that? Dick at the door.
And seemed like a good idea at the time, but maybe not in practice.
I also have sweatpants strings were flying in the air.
Wow!
I gotta get me some Bowling Beer testicle beer.
Wow, I am a little bit concerned of
Look at us.
all the stories that are coming at you
Many
just
things.
after these
Fancy,
messages.
fancy.
Things are certainly racing along at a dangerously rapid velocity.
You're listening to Q Talk America.
Educates, syncopates, radio communicates, radio, the sound of year-round pleasure.
This is the Q Talk America Radio Network.
Ladies, gentlemen, and everything in between, it's hour 2, the B Block on a Tuesday night. This is the show with Clayton McKee on Q Talk America. I am your humble and gracious host, Clayton McKee, ladies and gentlemen.
Both of those things?
Both those things, humble
At the
and
same
gracious.
time?
It's difficult.
Wow.
It's a lot. Well, you too, Cat Carlson. We're trying to stop
Fucking flies.
things flying in the air, whatever the hell they are.
Airborne insects need to die.
Well, that's certainly
Wow.
accelerated.
At a rapid velocity.
Sitting to my left is Kat Carlson. At the end of the conference table, that is Marnie Ryer. But it's really difficult to see Marnie. She's wearing her camouflage sweats. She also maybe looks like the Marnie Bomber, which I thought was a...
Actually, and Dame Edna. What the hell? I just realized.
I was
a
not.
little Dame
I didn't
Edna
think of
would
the
be.
Dame
Wow.
Edna. No, I was... Okay, there's that.
Both those things?
Maybe.
I don't know that you should do the...
And the Emperor,
I
kind of.
can't have you do the whole show like that. That just doesn't... It's weird.
No, that's Darth Vader, the Emperor.
Oh,
was
well,
the-
whatever.
Never
I
mind.
was just trying to do something.
It's a
I don't
whole
know,
different-
never
I'm going to go back to catch some flies.
Lord. What the hell?
mind. The what fly?
So I'm gonna
Well,
catch some flies.
people just think we're randomly applauding. No.
No.
Gotta
No.
kill flying insects. Well,
Don't die.
I'm going to take a sip of this first.
Please do. How was it?
Oh, lovely to get through this story. Well, when it comes to the middle finger, the police might need a little bit thicker skin.
Uh-oh.
A federal appeals court says a Michigan woman's constitutional rights were violated when she was handed a speeding ticket after giving the finger to a suburban Detroit officer back in 2017. The decision means a lawsuit by Deborah Cruz Golias can proceed. In a 3-0 decision, a 3-0 decision, 3-0. That sounds more like a sports score. In a 3-0 decision Wednesday, the court said Taylor officer Matthew Menard, quote, should have known better, even if the driver was rude. Menard stopped Cruz and wrote her a ticket for a lesser violation. But when that stop was over, oh my God.
Don't die. When the stop was over, we don't know what happened.
When the stop was over,
dun, dun.
Cruz raised her middle finger. Menard pulled her over again and changed the ticket to a more serious speeding offense. Cruz sued, saying her free speech rights and her rights against God, her rights against unreasonable seizure were violated. Oh,
Oh,
God damn it! These Triscuits are fabulous.
don't eat the Triscuits.
Good Lord.
Put the Triscuits down. Put them down.
Have a grape,
I'm going to.
please.
While you do a story.
Danger.
Oh.
Well,
Yeah.
police say a man shot himself in the foot
Oh,
Tuesday morning after he threw his shoe at a cockroach.
Stop it. Stop it.
It's true. The 50-year-old man apparently saw the bug from across the room, took off his shoe, and threw it at the nuisance. However, his revolver was still inside the shoe, discharged when it hit the ground, and the bullet fired, came back and struck the man in the foot.
Oh my gosh.
The man, who uses a wheelchair
Well, that can't be
before and after the incident,
Yes.
This is a twofer.
was inside of a home in the 18700 block of Albion Street, Detroit at the time of the accident. His condition is unknown as of Tuesday morning.
Oh.
He's probably
Very-
The
hobbling.
cockroach was fine.
Well, right. Those fuckers are going to live through anything, really.
Cockroach got
Absolutely.
away.
Yeah. The cockroach. No cockroaches were harmed in the making.
Apparently
at
not.
press time, the cockroach was
Right.
fine.
And I find that shooting at insects is a little dramatic.
Right,
Come
just
on.
Come
Oh,
on.
but you know what I really want?
The ice gun
The
or
salt,
the salt gun for
yes,
flies.
I
Yeah.
totally want that.
What's happening?
You've seen the commercials where you put salt in the little air rifle?
There's
No.
a little, there's a little air gun that you
Oh.
put little table
Yeah.
salt in, and so it
Yeah.
fires out like this. It's like a shotgun spray,
Right.
but of salt. And so then the fly that's over there that
Yeah.
you're trying to kill can't get away because all these little salt pellets are,
Pellets.
or-
Bang, bang, bang.
are just
Yeah.
flying across the room at a rapid velocity.
Sure. That's pleasing.
But it's also, I mean, I love my electric,
Fly swatter.
that electric fly swatter. I swear that is just handy as hell. Where the hell did
I
that?
also kind of want to feel like Quick Draw McGraw with the,
Yeah, sure.
come here,
sure,
fly.
sure. Yeah.
I grew up playing a lot of Cowboys and Indians.
Right.
It's not very
Right.
PC, but it was a lot of fun.
That's okay. That's okay. Well, back then.
I was great at being a cowboy.
Sure, right.
Right. Not so good at being an Indian. They
Well,
always
I
lose.
just want to let you know what Tucson is.
Please tell
doing.
me.
Tucson, Arizona.
You know what? I woke up this morning and I thought,
I wonder,
I
what,
wonder
Tucson.
what Tucson's
know.
doing.
Well, I thought you might. I thought that might happen. Of
Gosh,
course,
it's a good
this
thing you're
was-
here.
I know.
It's
This
handy.
was actually what was happening in Tucson like 3 weeks ago, but considering it's Tucson, it's probably still happening.
Finger on the pulse. We
Time
are.
travel. No, it's
No,
fine.
no.
Time travel.
So, because we have nothing more important to fucking discuss in this country, short of SNL and whether
Reruns,
they're
yeah.
reruns
It
or
was
not,
a rerun.
John McCain, whether he's a hero or not, or whether labels need to be required of whether almond milk is fake or alternative. Okay.
All right.
Okay, you ready to go with this?
I'm actually
So
not super outraged by
lawmakers,
this.
I was
I know.
so fucking irritated by
I'm
this
so-
because I'm like, for real.
I'm entertained.
Lawmakers voted Wednesday. This would have been Wednesday of, February something.
Sure.
To prohibit the sale of almond milk in Arizona for the reasons that almonds do not lactate.
Don't lactate. Sure. Yeah.
Valid point.
Well, consumers could still buy the product, but under the terms of House Bill 2604, which we better have,
It's an important one.
it would have to be labeled as fake milk
Sure.
or alternative milk.
Fake milk.
And I thought this has to be a joke, but it's not. And there would have to
They
be
could also put an imitation milk product, which is what they put on Velveeta. It's an imitation cheese product.
real. But
Same.
this
Same.
becomes
I understand.
and there would have to be a prominent statement on the package that the product is made from plants grown in a lab or other similar disclosure.
Smart. Yeah.
The bill would impose a similar restriction on the word meat saying it could be used on packages for sale only if what is inside came from what once had been a living, breathing animal.
Actual meat. Yeah.
The measure, which gained preliminary House approval, still needs a roll call vote before going to the Arizona Senate. Because who's not going to just fucking laugh when they bring it? Representative David Cook, who's a moron from Globe, said that it is aimed at efforts to create animal cells in a laboratory that, once they prove commercially viable, could be marketed to consumers. Cook, who's a rancher, made no secret of his desire to protect his industry against those who would seek to replace something from a steer with something from a test tube.
So, as the official spokesperson for all of the people that I know that are ranchers,
Sure. I'm just going to go with all the people that I know that have dairy allergies, but go ahead.
sure. Well,
Yeah.
but you know what I mean. Like I actually kind of understand the philosophy for this. You know what I mean? Like
I do not, so I'm willing to
Yeah.
hear this.
my father like had a dairy farm, and
Yeah.
my grandparents still raise beef cattle, and my cousin is making a very nice living like raising beef
And those
cattle.
things will never go away, do you think?
Well, and they might is the problem. Like they might, because it may be cheaper to grow a side of filet mignon than it is to actually raise a whole cow, and you'll be able to get, you know, like think of the Matrix and all the little people that are acting as batteries. Like if we start growing our
Didn't we
our
do this
protein
with
that
sheep?
way,
Didn't we do this with a sheep, Dolly?
we've cloned the
Well, it's
sheep.
cloned.
Yes, that's
Right,
different.
right.
But
Okay.
but you still raised an entire organism. So now, what's actually possible is to grow parts of an animal, right? Because
Sure.
we've grown ears and
Yep.
you know different pieces.
Sure.
And so it really is, it's going to change agriculture,
Okay.
maybe for the better, maybe for not.
Right.
But it's going to change agriculture, because what if I can only grow the filet mignon part of the cow, right? Wouldn't that be
I'm
great?
not unhappy. but-
Right.
Right. Yeah. Just kidding.
But, you know, Delta C
Then, yeah.
cattle ranchers over
Sure,
here
Sure.
are not genetic scientists, so now the family farm is no more. You know what I mean? The family farm
Right.
is already kind of no more. You know what I mean? Like we already subsidize farms, and we already, you know, ask people to grow food that we can't really pay them enough so that they can support their own farm. Like the government subsidizes farms.
Right.
Or our government
No,
is a brain trust that
So-
decides we're not going to
and
ship
I'm-
soybeans
So-
anywhere else.
Sure.
I know,
Fuck ton.
I know. There will be a point here.
Right.
So
No,
I
I'm
think
hearing
it's
you.
important that consumers are able to at least make that choice with the information. Like if I'm buying a turkey breast that was grown without a turkey, I want to at least know.
Right.
I probably will still buy it, because if it fucking tastes like turkey and it's cheaper, then I'm gonna buy it because I love turkey
Yeah.
and I don't
Yeah,
like
you do
spending
love
money.
turkey,
Right?
that's true.
Listen,
Yeah, I know you do. Hey,
if
I'm
anybody's
not.
making
nope.
a turkey today, I'm on my way.
Well, see now, I
So
think that
so I get it.
and I'm hearing your point.
No, you don't have to agree with it. It's
No,
fine.
and I don't. But I'm hearing your point.
Mhm.
It's just that I think that I would agree far more with the person who was opposed to the dude from Globe, because what she says is what I was thinking. Like it's about being too literal, and with that because when you walk up to almond milk, it says almond milk on the outer thing. It doesn't just say milk.
Right, but when you make a regulation, you have to create a definition. So why can or can't we call this milk? Oh, because milk is bovine lactation. It's you know what I mean? Like cows lactate.
Sure.
We steal their calves,
Right.
and we continue to steal their
Yeah,
milk.
See, look at all the milk that you
Right.
drink. Yeah.
Then we feed their babies soy.
Sure.
Well, we steal the milk that was intended for their babies, which is a whole other thing. But I drink a lot of milk still. But you know what I mean. You have to create a line. So the fact that almonds don't lactate, so we're not actually milking almonds.
Right.
It's not the
It
same.
is
It's not the
really
same
difficult
product.
to do.
Right.
Right.
it-
Little tiny teeth. So I mean, there has to be a regulation of some point. It's a weird place to draw a line, but all right.
So and I'm just going to tell you that in that I would have to hear it further, because that does not still make sense to me.
It makes more
What
sense to
this
call it
cook-
almond juice, because that's what they do.
Okay. And I so like because Ben, Aaron's brother, has a deadly dairy allergy, and he can drink almond milk
Right, because it's not milk.
Because it's not milk,
because
it's
it's
juice.
not milk.
But he
it
cannot
says
drink
on there
goat milk. He can't
almond.
drink
Why don't
cow's
they just
milk. He can't drink
Why don't they just change it to MYLK?
They
Like-
could, sure.
milk.
Milk. There's a lot of good.
Milk.
They absolutely could. I just think that this is one of those things that, in the grand scheme, to go and take away from cattle ranchers, this, that, the other. I'm dairy farmers.
Yeah.
I'm hearing that.
Right,
I'm
right.
hearing you there. But I think with this, that it's just. I just thought it was pushing it a little bit too far. When if it said milk on it and like in very tiny letters, like down here at the bottom, they were trying to sell you some goods that there was something different, coconut milk, and the Kirsten Engel, the Democrat from Tucson, said that she wondered out loud exactly how far down the linguistic rabbit hole this would go. Consider peanut butter. Is that a misleading label? Butter comes from cows, but this is peanuts. That would seem to violate this proposed law. And I enjoyed that. I was like, yep. Her concerns went deeper, questioning how far a state can go in telling businesses what they can and cannot say on labels. And I think that if you're misleading something, if you're, but the peanut butter kind of thing, I mean, they have almond butter. There are all kinds of apple butter. So I kind of went with if you have almond milk.
So it's like so butter is the name of a specific item or product. I realize, but butter is also basically a description of something like a jam or a jelly. I mean, like
But
it's
when
a
I
butter.
think of
Like,
butter, if I just think butter,
right.
I would like to put that on my toast.
I had a great analysis and I lost
Sorry.
it while I
I'm
was
sorry.
trying to make a point.
Yeah, I see where you're going with that too.
It was where the hell was it
I don't
going? Oh, so it's like fuck. Fuck's a verb. Fuck's a noun. Fuck's an it's so many different things.
Which is actually why the English language is one of the hardest
I'm just saying.
languages to learn, because there's 18 words
18
for
So
one
butter
thing.
has
Right,
multiple
right.
meanings, right? Butter, like that apple butter. I don't know what all the other different butters are, but there's a lot of them.
Right?
Peanut butter, you alleged. So, but
There's cookie dough butter.
huh?
There is.
Well, I don't know what that is.
Yeah. Well, it's
It's delicious.
if you define butter as a like a
Spreadable.
soft, spreadable, consumable substance, then your apple butter qualifies. Your peanut butter and your apple butter, like, I don't know if I
Right, but wait, where's the cookie dough butter?
Well, then you make cookie dough into that kind of consistency. Then it's describing a.
Oh, that just sounds like an
no.
evening.
You have no idea. how fucking good
That
is.
sounds
But
fabulous.
that totally went a different way than I had anticipated, but I appreciated that. I just didn't, because I'm looking at it from a standpoint of, I was just looking at it completely differently.
I will agree with you. When that stuff started, when it first came out, I didn't understand what the hell it was all about. I didn't get it. So I thought it was, labeling it something different would have
Sure.
probably made more sense to me. Later, I understood what was going on, so I figured that all out.
Right.
But I thought you were coming at this from the aspect of, don't we have better things to waste our time on?
Absolutely, I do. But when she went with that direction, then I realized that that's not
I
necessarily.
mean, if it's not milk, don't call it milk. Okay, cool.
Yeah, and I think it's because of, and it truly is because of Ben, the Aaron's brother, that I just look at it and I'm like, there's so many other things, because it's very exciting when we go to the store. It sounds silly, but when we go to the store and we find something that, for one of the holidays, I was able to get him sour cream. Right? And
It's just like really bad yogurt.
right.
Like, I don't know
I tried
what
it.
was.
Well, no,
I'll
I couldn't,
try
couldn't
whatever.
have yogurt
With
either.
a vial, right? And that's but to have these different things that he
It's probably
is
soy
able-
based, yeah.
right?
No.
And it really vile.
I'll bet.
Yeah, it was really vile.
Soy's not good.
No, and it was.
Don't enjoy soy.
I can't. I'm trying to think of what else was in it, but it's just the idea. We see those things,
Yeah.
and now they have the whipped cream.
Yeah.
Like the spray whipped cream that you can get. So he's able, since forever birth, he has not been able to enjoy those things.
To the lactose that he can't tolerate?
I'm going to tell you, I don't. It's dairy. Like if he has it, he will die. He has an EpiPen. Like he's gone into.
Oh.
It's awful. Yeah, we cook for him. Like we have to clean the counters. Like you make one thing, and like you're scrubbing the counter for about 48 days. And I'm not saying that like it's a
Never
this
invite him to
awful
my
thing.
house.
For
to
you,
eat.
right?
no, but that's the hard bit. If
Also,
you
my
use-
house. Like, we
If
basically
you
just spray
use
the walls
one
with milk.
spoon, right, you're mixing something.
Mhm.
Well, Brenda was vegetarian for quite a while, and Mom would make different things. And at one of her first outings with that, she would use the same spoon. Right, so she'd be mixing chili over here, and then mixing Brenda's chili over here, and Brenda was like, "Can you tell her that that's not the that's
Can
not
the meat
helping."
spoon not touch
yeah,
my stuff?
Can it not? So that though was
Can the
never
meat
going to
spoon?
kill Brenda. That was never going to kill Brenda.
Right, it was a choice.
But if we did anything like that with Ben's,
How old is he?
he is now 30.
Oh, okay.
No, well, he'll be 31.
That's not how it works. That's not how any of this works.
But it really is.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean it's pretty intense, and so
Well, how did he not die already? And the reason I asked that is,
Yep.
how did, like when he was younger,
yep.
what? Because
He
you
do-
said
almost
he,
you do
died
without.
at birth, and they knew that it was based on, like with milk stuff.
but like,
formula stuff.
was it literally from? Was he breastfed? Like, was it? Did it start like boom, like that
I'm gonna
quick?
have to tell you, I'm not sure.
I figured you should know all of these.
I
these
really
little
should.
things.
I read the nuances of
Right.
it, but I do not.
No, but because my curiosity is, I don't know how they found out. Like, if he almost died as an infant
Yeah.
or a newborn, but I'm like,
I can't remember exactly what it was.
Okay.
I will be on that information.
I'm
and
just
give
was
it to you.
curious how they finally figured this out.
He was in the hospital for a very long time when he was, for a decent amount of time at least, when he was born. And I don't know if it was then they gave him,
Oh, pardon.
you know, a formula instead of being breastfed, or if they gave him something that was milk based. I don't know, but absolutely
formula.
no dairy. Yeah,
Huh?
and it's
Sucks to be him.
it really does. And
I
to,
can't
like,
imagine my life would just be.
Well, he took us to a vegan festival. Oh my God! we go to this vegan
There's a
festival.
lot of weird people
There are
there.
a lot of people in line for mac and cheese. We're like, Psst. That's not real.
I'm gonna tell
It's
you how
not-
mac and cheese works.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you that is
Because isn't part of the deal you
not
can't
And
have
that
it if
soy
if it
tofu
came
mac
from,
and bullshit.
Came from anything that ever had a face or something like that. Isn't that how that works? Something like
For-
that.
Oh,
Yeah,
veg-
yeah,
like
yeah.
a vegan
Yeah,
festival.
can't have a
No
mom
animal
or,
yeah.
products. It's
no
all got to
mom
be
or a
plant
face.
based. Yeah.
Yeah.
Something
Yeah.
like that.
But that is
not saying it's a bad
one
thing.
of the places that I ate. It wasn't Indian food. It was because I've had Indian food a number of times, but I have to think of what it was. God damn, it was like so good, and it's vegetarian, but I was like, I don't care because it was like beans and this and this. Oh, and the spices that were in it were amazing.
I would be more than happy to eat vegetarian all the time if somebody would just prep it for me.
Right,
Because
you're
I
right.
am
Oh my
not
God.
going to all
Yeah.
that trouble.
Yeah, you're
If I
right.
can find somebody to just cook for me.
Oh, just in general, I'd be yeah. But
yeah.
no, but for the prep because again, it's so much. It is so much healthier. I have a friend who almost had to have a heart bypass, and they got they found what was going on and put him on a very strict diet, and he has literally gone. See, it's going around the table now. So you've got it, and then she'll have it later.
Oh God, that's horseshit.
But he's gone to the, as long as it doesn't have a mom, it never
Yeah.
had a mom and it never had a face, you can eat it.
I love that,
So
yeah,
he's
yeah.
eliminated dairy, the cheese, all that stuff. But it's a stunt. I saw him. I hadn't seen him in about 9 months, and I didn't recognize him
Mm-hmm. Because
he's
of much
dropped
weight?
so much
Yeah.
weight,
Yeah.
and he just says he feels so much better,
Sure.
and that occasionally he will have just a craving, and he'll go to Short Leash Hot Dog because he just loves their Polish, the sausage or whatever the hell they
right.
make, and he's like, I pay for it. He goes, I can feel it. He goes, I can just tell. He
Wow.
says, but my body, he just he does his oatmeal in the morning,
Mm-hmm.
and he does it with whatever berries and this, that, or the other, and the almond milk and all the
Right,
other stuff
right,
he's in.
right.
He's like, it's amazing how much better.
Well, and people have learned to because obviously you would have to to cook with almond milk and to cook. One of the
Almond
first
juice.
Almond butter. I also like almond bark. Very different, but I
there
like
you
almond
go.
bark.
Oh, almond bark is
I-
really good.
You know, the first time that I went for a holiday over to the Henderson's house, Aaron's family's, we got there and they were having, because, right, baked potatoes.
Uh-huh.
Or not, I'm sorry, not baked potatoes. Mashed potatoes at the holidays. Come on, mashed potatoes?
I love mashed potatoes.
Yeah, and my mom makes
They're
them like
delicious.
shit ton of butter,
Right.
shit ton of milk, shit ton of sour cream.
Yeah.
Maybe wasabi in it because
Ugh,
that's
what in the
Oh, wasabi
What is
mashed
wrong
potatoes.
with you people?
Yes.
Oh, hello, it's delicious.
What is wrong with you
Oh,
people?
it's so good.
Yeah.
I don't want my face to burn off. I want mashed potatoes to
No,
be
I understand,
delicious
but
and
they're
bland.
not. Oh, she makes those as
creamy.
well. She makes those as well.
They should
But
taste
they
like
would
potatoes.
make the imitation potatoes,
No.
right? The
I love instant potatoes too.
instant
Yeah,
potatoes,
instant
right?
potatoes are
And
really
it's just
good.
so. But if you're used to this, and then they tried making, and it was, I love how they come together as a family, and I got into it with trying to cook different things, the different mashed potatoes with different root vegetables, like how
mashed
you can
turnips and rutabagas.
Well,
and-
Right,
do they do
right.
it with cauliflower? They do the mashed potatoes with
Yep.
cauliflower?
Yep.
I don't enjoy that as much. I like cauliflower rice better.
I love
Mashed
cauliflower
cauliflower.
rice.
Mashed cauliflower is just mean.
Yeah, but if that's
Just
it's just mean. Anyway, but
Get me all excited for mashed potatoes that it's fucking cauliflower.
what?
Well, they make pizza
Go
crust out
fuck
of
yourself.
cauliflower.
You're
They've
right.
been doing that a
Yeah.
lot.
I have not had that, but I've heard it's pretty good.
Actually, I'm going to grab something out of the cabinet
Yeah.
because I'm curious to see what the ingredients are. Because my mother introduced me to it's Idahoan brand instant potatoes. Where you boil water and you
Yep.
pour and they're
The flakes.
amazing.
Okay.
Super
Yep.
good.
But I don't know
Super good.
if they are.
If they have milk,
if
of
right,
any
is
kind.
the flavoring that gives it its buttery goodness.
Right, right.
Is that really a dairy product?
An
Well,
artificial
and if
or
you
an
get
artificial flavoring.
margarine, that's okay.
Oh, I put a stick of it in there.
I'm saying.
Margarine.
But that, you
That's
know,
ju-
you
that's
have to.
just
In reading it,
foamed
if it says
vegetable oil.
anything about this was made in a
Yeah.
factory that it could contain this or whatever, just like a lot of people with severe peanut allergies, right?
Yep.
So here we are.
Here it is. What do we got?
Here, I'll give you one.
Oh, sure.
You see these?
Oh, sour
I
cream.
have
Wait,
seen
which
those
one
in
is
the
that?
store.
This one is
buttery home style,
home
okay.
style.
I was going to trade you if you got a cheesy one.
I didn't get a cheesy one.
Ingredients include
Okay.
Idaho potatoes, which is
Oh,
actually
shit.
very important. No, I'll do the reading. Salt, maltodextrin, vegetable oil, one or more of the following: coconut, soybean, sunflower, cottonseed, or canola.
Oh, there's non-fat
Sour
milk.
cream blend.
Yeah.
So, yep, there's dried milk in there.
Yeah.
Corn syrup solids, non-fat dry milk, more milk,
Yeah.
All right.
sugar.
Oh, down at the bottom, this one says contains milk soy.
Yeah.
Okay. And
Yeah.
even seeing the milk soy, we have to.
Contains milk and soy. So if you have an
Yeah.
allergy to either of those things, you
That's
should
right.
not
but,
have.
but I love these.
the
I'm a
Idahoan.
I'm a big proponent of the Idahoan instant potatoes. My
No.
God. I
Sure.
boil since Mom told me this. I boil the water, put this in there, dump a whole thing of peas in.
Oh,
it just all
yum.
cooks together. We're
Yeah.
done. That's a whole
This
meal.
is like astronaut food. This is like
Right,
Love it.
actual
right.
dehydrated potatoes.
I mean, I realize I'm going to die in eating it anyway, but but it's lovely.
Well,
it'll be fine.
that's what with the potato, with things like this, different things.
Here, I'll
it's
have
the
some
same-
potatoes.
That's right. It's the same concept as me walking around for aspartame, like having to look for that. When I'm
Right.
walking around.
Oh,
like,
sure.
You have to pick it up, and you think, well, it's not going to be in that.
I love the fact that I have to look at for anything.
Oh, I know. And again, I don't even know if that's a thing for me, but I don't want to
We
find
don't
out
want,
again.
yeah, no, we don't want to do that again.
Not
That was
tested.
weird.
No, we
shit.
don't want you to
I
go.
remember that.
Yeah.
The bracelets were good, but
still
other
a-
than
The
that,
bracelets were great. And I still have a couple
Still
of
a
those.
fall
yeah,
risk.
I'm still a fall risk, but
Right.
not as much because I drink less. But
Oh,
you know.
yeah.
those DNR bracelets were wrong.
DNR. Wow.
Molly and I wanted to take DNR bracelets and just hand them out to people that we thought should have a DNR.
Wouldn't it be horrible if that was
Disgusting.
if that was your initials? Like your name was
Oh my God!
Don
By the way,
Don Nicholas Reynolds.
if
or
my
something.
mom were at one or two letters, because she's Diane Lucille, DLR instead of DNR.
What is DLR?
Diane Lucille Ryer.
I know, but is that something in the medical field? Like a DNR?
No, but if
I
her middle
said
name
that-
was Nicolette.
Yeah, exactly. Like
Ah.
she's very close to that. I'm like, oh my God.
Put that on license plate.
Yeah.
DNR.
Yeah, we thought we were so funny. We were like, we're just gonna go up to people we don't like and hand them this bracelet. Here you go.
Right.
Here you go. Put that on.
Yeah.
Have this.
Just in case. Put that
Or just
on.
hand them a fall risk, and they'll be, well, I'm not a fall. Just push them down.
Yeah, you are now. You didn't believe me.
Think fast, bitch.
I did not see that coming.
You're welcome. This is a. I'm going to take us. We're going to take it down just a little
Take
bit,
it
just
down.
just for a minute
it down.
here.
Should we
We've
dim
had
the
so
lights?
much
I agree on
jocularity
that.
with that last little topic.
We can make this one funny too. You watch.
Well, no, I don't think we can make it funny, but I agree with what this says, and I think we've talked about this before. New Zealand's Prime Minister Jacinda Ardern scored a powerful victory against terror simply by refusing to say the Christchurch attacker's name. And I agree with that wholeheartedly.
say their name.
We don't show their picture. We don't say their name. We don't give them any of the glory that they are wanting and seeking at all. In a speech before Parliament on Tuesday, March 19th, she said she would never speak the name of the 28-year-old Australian man charged with opening fire at 2 mosques and killing 50 people last week. She asked others to follow her example. Quoting her, she says, "We in New Zealand will give him nothing, not even his name." When terrorists strike, the immediate damage, deaths, injuries, destruction, isn't their ultimate goal. Their intent is far more ambitious, though intangible. They seek to cause terror, and for that, they need visibility. Visibility supports the spread of terror. Duh. And copycats, and they're like that. You know, it all goes together. It makes terrorists look more important and powerful than they are, provides a platform to their messages, and it also encourages copycats to embrace the same murderous ideals and seek similar exposure. I completely agree with this, because I just wish every news channel would adopt that and quit showing the picture of anybody who perpetrates this kind of stuff, no matter what they do. I don't care
you're
if they
right.
drive a car through something, anything, absolutely.
If they're a
no-
verbal terrorist, they keep showing Trump.
Right, yeah, well, we could get rid of him. But show the victims.
But you're right. You're right.
Show the victims, and let's talk about their lives and how good people they were, and quit glorifying. Well, if we could just quit glorifying idiots, like if we
You're
can get
right.
Paris Hilton off the air, which I think we majorly have, like all of the stupid people, can we just
Right.
figure out how to get them out of here? But quit glorifying people who do
Sure.
these horrible acts to people. That's just
Well, the BTK, I mean, if you go to serial killers, the BTK killer, right? Do you remember? I mean, that's what he wanted.
right.
That's all he wanted, was to have a moniker. And so he started writing down BTK and loved the fact that picked up and that he's known as the what
So
the fuck
I
is wrong
wonder.
with you?
So what do you think about this? For example, obviously we know the names of the Unabomber. We know the names of all the other people. Do you think we can get away with? Because I think it's important to know the signs. Like, what are you looking for?
You're right.
So, can you easily tell the story of what happened and who the person, what they did, if you without naming them? Does that have the same effect? You're not giving them the credit for it.
Sure.
You're just saying, suspect A.
Yeah, exactly.
Lived in a shed. You know, procured all of these guns, explosives, blah blah blah, and then drove a U-Haul truck. How?
Right.
Or do you just not?
I think we should call them all this fucking guy.
Yeah, that fucking guy and this fucking guy.
Tonight on CNN,
Excuse me,
this
kidding.
fucking guy blew
Yeah.
up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, where Ananda's up there, but please show the faces of rapists to shame them. And
Well,
I don't disagree
that's
with that at all.
That's a totally different
you're right,
thing.
it
But I
is.
agree with that because
Well,
they're
they terrorize. They terrorize people, but it's different.
right. But it's a
different.
very different thing. I think rape should be locked up, and depending on if we're
Castrated.
dealing with children, whole nother aspect, and that usually gets taken care of in prison anyway because their life expectancy is certainly not that long. But no, I somebody like that, yeah. Now I do agree if it's a suspect on the run.
Yep.
If we're trying to find somebody who burglarized a Circle K
Yep.
or something to that, yes, we need to see who they are. We got to we got to find them, figure that out.
Sure.
But these assholes who go into a church and blow away 50 people,
Right.
no.
Well,
Come
when
on.
you here in Arizona, quite a few years back now, we had the baseline killer,
Oh, yeah, I remember.
right? Who lived 4 blocks from me, and I don't live off of Baseline, but you know that you knew that, right?
Yeah.
I didn't.
He, if you go through my backyard,
Yeah.
he was on Avalon.
Oh, wow.
And I'm sure that, like, literally, we could walk
Look
through.
at you.
And when the last person that he killed was Carmen Miranda at the gas station, or not gas station. I'm sorry, the
Car wash.
car wash that's right there, right 29th Street, just east of 29th Street. And the way I found out was because someone said, "Why is Anderson Cooper on the corner of 29th Street and Thomas?" Why was I at work that late? We were moving our offices, but I didn't realize that any of that had even happened. And but this baseline killer, when they're looking for him, yeah, you put out that composite, right? You put out that drawing. You know, you're looking. Go ahead and call him the baseline killer. Call him whatever you want, so that people will register and pay attention.
I say call him
But
this
the
fucking
minute, that he is arrested, no, he doesn't have a name anymore.
No, we're
he
done.
Doesn't, no, we're done. He's
Yeah.
been arrested. He's been caught.
And I'm not saying you can't say it and be in a conversation with
Right,
friends
of
about
course.
it, but I wish the media would stop perpetrating that.
Yeah, I agree.
Once you're right, once he's secured and we're done with that aspect of it, and
because it helps them relive what they've done.
and then we could say forever, well, the trial of this fucker is coming
Yeah,
up later in
that's
the
right.
month.
That fucking guy.
This fucker just got
yeah.
sentenced.
I agree.
I love that. You know that, but truly, that's how they talk about people reliving
Right.
that thrill.
They have to hear. Oh no, yes, but it's also people have to relive
Oh,
if they hear
yes.
the name again. If they,
Oh,
of
sure. If you're
whoever
the
killed,
victim,
right?
Yeah.
Right.
If you're the victim, that's a big deal. But for that's why I don't like
But
them having.
and I
that.
also go with what she's saying. And I maybe we could put it in the same in the same basket there. The people like all these fucking
Yeah,
priests and all
Uh-huh.
who are out there doing whatever they're doing to kids and in the name of the Lord and all this
Right.
bullshit. No, show their fucking name.
Uh-huh.
You stood up there for however many years and terrorized on a different level.
Yep.
You terrorized you fucked up families, you fucked up people's lives.
That's right.
No, I think you need to be shown.
Sure, absolutely,
To you-
absolutely.
But then again, it's at some point, then we're just done with that. When they're sentenced, then we're done. But I think you show them because you lived in this community. I want to make sure everybody know exactly who you were.
Right. So when they walk into a different church, and you're standing up there, it's
Your
not
face
like
rings a bell.
yeah, and it's not like oh you're the
Well-
messenger of the Lord, so it's okay that you're
Hopefully,
here.
if they're caught,
No,
they shouldn't be walking into
just
any other
going with it.
churches. They should.
Are you a passenger? Are you
Messenger
are you a
of the
passenger?
Lord?
Are you a pastor? Are you a
Did
priest?
you say
Are you
passenger of the Lord?
a messenger of the Lord?
The wheels on the bus go round
I said
and
a
round,
messenger
round and
of
round,
the
round
Lord.
and
Can I-
round.
Can I be a
Because
passenger
you don't know
of the Lord?
if you're
That's not how this works.
any of it.
Can I just sit in the back seat?
Maybe.
Well, you get
Well,
the
maybe
biggest
that's
bounce.
what they
You get the
want.
biggest bounce in the back seat over the
Hey,
over speed bumps.
on the way back.
Maybe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the way back. Oh, for crying out loud. Where
Well,
we go? You, Kat.
Speaking of this fucking guy,
Yeah,
This
there
fucking
you
guy.
go.
James Terrell Williams, 30 years old, was arrested on March 5th after accusations he was pleasuring himself in plain view of federal employees that were assisting him with his disability claim.
Oh.
This fucking guy in Florida. The case began when deputies went to the government facility for a disturbance.
Huh?
While there, deputies were told about a man, later identified as James Terrell Williams, 30 years old,
Nice.
at window number 4 in a neighboring hallway.
Window number 4.
You know window number 4.
Yeah.
Now
I've
serving.
been to window number 4. That's fair.
Nancy works that window.
Yep.
It's very nice.
Nancy,
Wow,
she's
Nancy.
such a whore.
I love people that write news articles. He was said to be pleasuring himself near a federal worker helping him with his disability claim. Now, it is uncommon for people to pleasure themselves near federal workers helping them with disability claims.
Sure. I would hope.
I would think that rate would be pretty low.
Yeah, I hope.
A woman identified as the victim said she saw strings to his sweatpants flying in the air.
Hot
The woman
diggity.
stood up and reported getting a clear view of the situation,
Oh.
which, according to the affidavit, left absolutely, positively, 100% nothing at all to the imagination.
That sounds pretty sure right there, 100%.
It does.
Seems pretty sure.
It does.
Seems pretty sure.
Yep.
Raise your hands if you're sure. Both of them, sir. I need to see both hands. Thank you very much.
Investigators said at the time that Williams was out on bond from the St. Lucie County Jail. No, sure.
Oh.
Okay.
I know. He had previously been arrested on charges of indecent exposure in public and disorderly conduct, and then obviously taken back to jail.
Sure.
It's unclear whether he got his disability claim fulfilled.
Well, he got something fulfilled.
Wow.
My favorite. It's uncommon for people to pleasure themselves near the federal workers helping them with disability.
Typically, these things don't happen, but they can.
dear whoever wrote this article.
Right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you
'Cause that
for
really,
clearing that up. I was like, is this just a thing that happens? I don't go down to Social Security very often. Is that a thing that happens?
Does that often? Because I need to know when, so I
you're
don't go
looking-
during that
does
time.
does that help you with your claim? Like, is
Right,
that something that I should do?
So, is there an app for this?
Should I have
Like,
strings
if you're looking
flying?
for a good time, go to window 4.
See, Nancy.
Swipe right.
See Nancy. Strings are flying.
Strings for Nancy.
This fucking guy.
This fucking guy.
So I just sent Mr. McKee a picture because I
that'd be
wanted
him.
to go.
That would be me.
Yep,
Yeah,
I
that'd be you.
wanted to go a different direction.
There's 2
so
pictures.
Oh.
There should be one.
Oh no, my bad.
exciting.
It looks like 2. It's
Yeah,
one.
yeah,
cut.
yeah.
Oh.
Oh,
It's an
I
optical
love this
illusion.
story. I think I know where you're going.
Yeah.
Continue
oh, it
on.
made me just real happy.
Continue on, my dear.
So there, and I don't know where it went on here, so give me un moment.
No
for a
5.
favor. Okay, so Jenny, actually, this story is for you and Clayton. Jenny is a woman after my own heart when it comes to the cleaning of the beaches.
I feel like this. I keep feeling this is a calling for me.
I
gotta
agree.
figure out-
Oh my God, you and I just need to open some kind of that would be awesome.
That'd be great. Go
Oh
ahead.
my God. So the viral internet, the headline is Viral Internet Challenge. Now, you guys have heard about the other challenges, right? The
I
little
keep
internet
forgetting to throw
challenges
cheese at my
people-
family, yeah.
Throw cheese at your family?
The cheese slices. Have you ever
I
seen?
did not. I didn't
Oh,
see it.
you
These
have
are
It's actually
not-
very fun, and I
Oh
keep forgetting to
my
throw cheese at my
God.
family because I really want
so
to.
not familiar with that one.
Yeah, we'll have to
but
get-
eat the Tide Pods and snort
How about
the cinnamon.
How
There
about the
was-
Cheerio challenge? Do you know the Cheerio challenge?
I don't think I do.
Well, that's another one where you just put food on your family. That's when you find a sleeping baby and see how high you can stack
Oh,
the Cheerios.
I've seen that.
That one's
Okay.
super cute too.
Okay.
Yeah,
There's
my,
all-
my
yeah.
mother's very offended by that one. I showed that to her the last
Really?
time I saw her. She's like, "Why would they do that to a baby?"
there was-
I'm
for
like,
God's
And then back in the day, there was the ice bucket challenge
Yes,
that
that's right,
several of us
that's right.
did.
And there are different things with that. Some of the challenges were like
Stupid.
stupid, but for some kind of a purpose. Whereas the snorting cinnamon that'll kill you, and whatnot. But this
This
one
is fantastic.
I love, because this challenge is spurring people around the world. Jenny, are you ready? To pick up tons of trash, and then take photos of the difference that has been
The
made.
before and after.
Yep, the before and after.
All right, here we go. This is
And,
the picture that she sent me.
So, oh my God,
Wow.
there is nothing that I just could stare at that
I just
all day.
that's bananas crazy.
That is
Yeah.
bananas crazy, and it's beautiful, and it's exciting, and it's sad as fuck that the left half of that picture even has to be.
right.
But wow, look
But
at
there
the
have
right
been
side.
several people online that are posting a before and after shot of
Yep.
them standing there amidst the garbage, and then after standing in the midst of several trash bags full.
Is there a
this
hashtag I should be looking
so
at?
this is
there
yes,
probably is.
it's hashtag trash tag.
Trash.
Trash
Tag. Uh-huh.
Stand by.
And so there's a gentleman who has a cleaned up a
Trash
beach
tag challenge.
in Belgium. Rather than eating Tide Pods or spoonfuls of cinnamon, an eco-friendly
Which can actually
new
kill you.
social exactly
The cinnamon thing.
both of them. New social media trend is inspiring people around the world to clean up litter.
Trash tag. It's,
come on.
it's at trash tag 2019.
But doesn't that just the sound of that? Let me just do that again. Is inspiring people around the world to clean up litter. Oh my God, it
Yeah.
makes me happy. Because I've mentioned when I go to the different beaches and I go to, I'm like, what is wrong with you people? And that's what Aaron goes in the ocean and I clean up the beach. Like I just sit there. I have those little clampers and a bag, and I just go. I don't
Right.
care. I just don't care. It drives me nuts.
Oh, it's wonderful.
It's crazy cool.
Though the hashtag trash tag challenge has reportedly been around for several years, it recently became a trending topic on Instagram, Twitter, and Reddit. There are a lot of reasons that I think Twitter can be super dangerous. One of them is the president. But the other
I don't follow him.
But I don't either.
I don't
But I'm
follow
just
him,
saying
no.
the fact that he even has that. But this, for something like this, I just think
Oh.
it's so fantastic. Participants are challenged to find an outdoor area that has been littered with trash and take 2 photos of the scenery. one in which viewers can see the garbage and the other in which they can see the revitalized area after you have cleaned up all the trash. There's one on here. I don't know if you're able to see it on there, but within this article, there's a video basically of, and I just don't know. I was trying to get it to you, Clayton.
Did you send me a link to the video or to the story?
You know what? I will. That's dumb. But look at this. How it.
Oh, time lapse.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Of what they do. So
love
I would.
time-lapse.
I do too.
I'm thinking of putting a
I
camera
was
like in my
terrified,
garage
though.
just for the time lapse.
Is there a link to that video that you can just shoot me right quick?
Yeah. Let me get you that. But the impressive before and after trash tag photos, hashtag trash tag photos, have been circulating around the world from Mexico to Belgium to New York and India. The Potomac River in Washington, D.C. The initiative is being lauded as a refreshingly impactful social media trend that is encouraging people from every demographic to participate in tidying up the planet. The challenge is remarkably similar to the Stoner Cleanup Initiative, an online effort that recruited potheads to pick up the trash around their favorite outdoor smoking spots back in 2018. I hadn't heard of that one. Some people participating in the hashtag trash tag challenge have managed to tidy up roadsides simply by bringing along garbage bags on their day trips. I do that. Others have boasted the dramatic results of organizing group cleanups. Regardless, the photos are inspiring evidence of how, even though it can sometimes be a bit trashy, the internet has the ability to bring people together for the greater good. And I will, just while you guys are discussing, I will send this to
Nero
you.
just sent this a link to this picture that I'm posting right now. This is a trash day in Cambodia, and look at like in the back you can see the net. Like if you look
is
top
that
center of that
great?
picture, there's a net back there against a tree or something. I don't know. I'm
Very
assuming
cool.
that's part of it.
Oh, Nero, that's wonderful.
But it's yeah. That's
I know a guy locally here in town that recently started a not-for-profit for this very thing.
Really?
Yeah, it's called the Green Up Foundation.
Okay.
And they are a not-for-profit organization located here out of Phoenix, and they're focusing very locally, very much on Arizona.
Can I get in contact with him,
Absolutely.
please?
Yeah, of course.
I'd
Yeah.
love to.
Yeah.
Both.
No, and he would love, more involvement, more,
I'm
and
all
and
about
he does outings and.
I just sent you the.
Do I know
I
him
don't
by
think
any
so.
chance? Okay.
No.
That I mean, honestly, when I changed from my my Subaru to my Nissan, it's I had a whole bunch of different things in my car because like I'm the type that the survivalist almost like on the road. I want to make sure that we have every single thing that we could possibly need, and so I had a whole bunch of shit in my car for like just in case.
Mm-hmm.
When I switched vehicles, you get a new house, you want to downsize, you don't want to look like a hoarder right away.
Not right away.
So not immediately. And but the one thing that I had to keep in my car was the trash bags
Oh yeah.
for when I'm going out, because it makes me insane when I see things. We're in New York, and I'm. Oh my God, that's New York. We're in Las Vegas. We're in New York, New York.
I confuse them all the
But,
time.
no, New York.
So
But,
very similar.
You're at the New York in Vegas.
Right.
Got it.
So,
Okay.
but
It's very convincing.
but
that
as
New York,
we're
New York.
walking, I'm just like picking things up. I can't. And it's a relatively clean area, Vegas, to be honest with you. But it drives me nuts. People just let things drop. Oh, I just go nuts. I can't handle it.
But they also in
Fairness.
they know because there is a crew that does nothing but walks that strip.
Right.
That's all they do is pick up
But
shit.
I sent you the link.
And
by the
said,
way.
but I have to do it through a different one to do it,
Oh,
and it's going to
sorry.
take too long.
Okay,
But
I
get
just
it.
didn't know if-
No worries.
But yeah, so it really is. It's just something that illegal to go there.
Oh, okay. Along train tracks and so forth.
Yeah.
Because of safety issues. And
Oh,
I get
and
that.
I see that. I
But
can see that. But
they-
then schedule it for when the trains are down.
Or they should have a crew that works for the rails
absolutely.
that
And you
does
might
the-
want to contact if you're serious and really into it, you can contact your local municipality, and I'll bet you there's a way to get a permit or a way to organize a crew. Like if you have a group of volunteers ready to go, and you go to whatever
Sure.
the
Like a month.
government entity is and say, hey, Like, we've got these people and we'd really love to go get the trash on
Yeah.
the train tracks. What do we got to do? I guarantee your
Yep.
city council or your county supervisor, whoever
Sure.
the fuck is
Right.
in charge over there, would be happy to help you.
Well, and just yeah, and I'm going to be honest with you. There are things, granted, there are things all over the world that are just terrifying, but there are some different things that I've seen in the pictures out of India, and maybe it's just how it's presented. Beautiful places, and then some other places that are definitely not, and the garbage, the amount of in the water and all of that, it breaks my heart. It just breaks my heart.
It's not on the same scale by any means, but you always have to start small with something. And it's always interesting to me because when I go to the grocery store, 9 times out of 10 I don't need a cart. I use my reusable bags when I go to the store because
Yeah.
I don't go and shop for full cartloads of stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
But wherever I park, because I try to park away from everybody else because I don't want anybody dinging up my vehicle, and there's inevitably a stray cart somewhere. I always take a cart back.
Yeah. I agree.
Sometimes two. Take a cart, or if somebody is gonna, hey, you want me to take your cart in for you? I take them, and they look at you like you're crazy.
Yes.
So there's that. The other thing that I will do is I will, on my street specifically, but I still ride my bike here and there. I will stop and grab an aluminum can that's been crushed on the ground,
That's right.
or walk
I
down
love
down the street 100 yards and pick up something because I know the people down at the end of the street aren't going to do it. I know they don't
Yeah.
because maybe it's already been there 2 days or whatever, and I just go pick it up and throw it away because I'm like,
Do you ever do this? Oh, ouch. And then walk away. I do. I say that out loud, just
Oh.
to myself, because I'm passive aggressive. I'm from Minnesota. You're supposed to be like that.
oh, I thought you had
But-
something at our age. I thought
No.
maybe something was hurting.
A woman your
A
age.
woman my age. But no, I'm saying like for real, because it's kind of like it really that really hurt. That was
Oh,
real painful
gotcha.
trying to pick that shit
Real hard
up.
to pick that up. Yeah.
Yeah, that was difficult.
And I get in
Drives you nuts.
I've gotten I know alley shamed before, though my mother is happy now with my doing this for her. I have, again, small things that just drive me crazy. It is and I don't know how it is in everywhere else where anybody else is listening to us or getting this show, but in the city of Phoenix, you are required, if you own property or wherever you live, whatever it is, you're required to take care of to the center of an alley. The grass, the weeds, the trash, all that. The width of your property to the center of the alley is your responsibility.
Sure.
Ever since I've lived here, nobody's asked me to do it. I spray weed killer and I keep trimmed all the grass. Everything's picked up in my section.
Right.
I never once have had issues with homeless people living in the alley, people staying there.
Sure.
I don't have a problem. I've never had a problem with people dumping their trash and their crap back there because I keep it clean all the time. I do it for
People
the
pay attention
for
to
the back
that.
of my mom's house too. Like when she moved in there, I went and I spray all the weeds in the back alley. I don't want there to be any reason to get violation from the city. I don't want there to be trash. I don't want not to be inviting to anybody else. And she has made comments before when she walks out in her alley to drop her trash in the bin. She's got the only place that's all cleaned up.
Right.
I do this for B across the way, and I've made other comments to people in our little our neighborhood, the website that all of us are, the neighborhood kind of in next door,
Yeah,
that one.
yeah,
And people make fun of me. I'm like, they bitch about alleys and they bitch about this. And I'm like, well, why don't you clean it up? And I posted pictures.
Right.
Here's how your alley should look. And they like I'm the idiot.
Right.
Like, oh, that won't help. That won't help clean up people from homeless. That won't help dumping. It's worked for me for a hell of a long time.
Right. And it won't hurt you to do it.
Right. It's your responsibility
Right.
anyway.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep.
I don't get people. I want to create like an alley cleanup day in the neighborhood. But every time I brought it up, I get kind of a
little pushback.
yeah, like, well, that's not going to go over. Like nobody's going to do that because the goal is I want everybody along. If we get one street between First and Third, right here in my. Can I just get everybody in this one to do it like one
Yeah.
week, and then the next month we'll do that one,
Right.
like whatever.
Maybe you should make it like a party. Make some punch.
I don't.
Pie.
Or
Drink-
just punch someone.
drink
There'll be,
Kool-Aid.
there'll be pie
Yeah.
and punch.
But it's just interesting how I can't seem to get a bunch of people on board for something like
Yeah.
that. It overall helps. The alleys are clean and
Yeah.
Maybe if you pick up a case of Keystone Light, they might
God,
be.
I don't know.
Oh
It's
my
just
God, for
frustrating.
real. Beer face.
It's not the same level. It's not the same level of what these people are doing, which is excellent. Going
Yeah,
to
yeah.
beaches,
Yeah.
sides of roads, anywhere they are, picking up all this trash. It's amazing to me.
Well, the ignorance of just dropping the trash to begin with
Yeah.
is too much. But when you're on a beach and you're watching, and for instance, and you have people
Hypothetically.
that are so fucking stupid that are going out there with like bags of chips. Glass bottles, but we take chips out there, or we take glass. We might have glass bottles. We might have something, but you're gonna take it. You're gonna put it into something. But no matter what
not
you
leaving
do, you're not gonna leave it.
Right.
And or just like put it underneath or put it in the little tent thing that you have, the little cover. Put it on your towel, cause it blows away.
Yeah.
Or the birds are like right there.
Oh, absolutely.
And they're coming up and they're just going to grab it.
Oh,
Now,
they're awful.
Now they're eating the
Rats
plastic.
of the sky.
They are, but they're eating, then they're getting hurt or putting it into the ocean. The
Right.
6-pack,
Right.
the plastic.
For the cans.
Makes me insane.
Mm-hmm.
But when you look
Think
out
of the turtles.
into absolutely. And the pictures, they show pictures and oh my God, it breaks my heart when you
There's
see like a little baby
a
that's grown up.
Current
baby turtle.
current story. It was a headline that was just this week. Maybe it was late last week. Whale found, and they did an autopsy, and there were 80 pounds of plastic in its stomach,
Oh my
and it
God.
died because of dehydration and starvation because it couldn't absorb.
Sure.
However,
Because that shit was just sitting
right,
there.
80 pounds of plastic bags in his
Wow,
in
that's
its
something.
stomach. Like, wow,
Yeah.
ridiculous.
And we don't, people just don't stop to think. Like, what? You're at this beach to enjoy this beauty of this beach, and then
ju-
you don't give a shit.
You just the whole thing is people don't think.
Yeah.
Despicable.
That was the start. That was the really the
Nah,
whole thing.
And the end, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They don't.
It's true. It's true.
But
It just.
I love cleaning up stuff. It always makes me. I just love doing it. Like it's clean and it's nice, and I don't get why people don't do it. But
Yeah.
like our canal, it's
The Grand Canal.
astounding.
The
The Grand Canal that runs
staircase.
through Central Phoenix.
Yeah.
It's astounding how much stuff is in that.
I know it.
People throw all kinds of
Yeah.
shit: TVs, shopping carts, bicycles.
Right.
There's all kinds of crap. I
Yeah.
don't get it.
Yeah. Yeah. It's startling. But that story just made me happy. I just thought that was a delight. So, the end.
Well, good.
Go ahead. Did I have one more? Did I not?
I don't know.
I did.
I thought you
Oh,
did.
good.
I do. One more.
handy.
We're going to go a little north for this one. Just our northern border.
Canadian.
We have to build a wall.
Oh.
Two Canadian brothers
Serious.
with, quote, no respect for law enforcement
The Cohen brothers.
and a history of bizarre stunts reportedly tried to see if they could drive the entire length of the United States into Mexico without stopping for gas, presenting identification, or even putting license plates on their
Risky.
car.
Risky.
Instead, they ended up in U.S. custody after sparking a 6-hour standoff, drawing a massive response from Canadian and American authorities, and shutting down a major border crossing for 12 hours.
Very dramatic.
According to an agreed statement of facts read in Canadian provincial court on Friday, this is what the CBC is reporting. The brothers, 21-year-old Bailey Roy and 22-year-old Damien Roy,
Oh, Bailey.
were sentenced to 3 months in jail on this past Friday, with both pleading guilty to obstruction. Prosecutors dropped the charges of committing a hoax related to a terrorist activity. Quote, this was more stupid than it was criminal. Prosecutor Brian Munn said in court, according to the CBC. The pair were released on Friday, having already served their sentence time. Bailey and Damien Roy hadn't even made it out of Canada before authorities approached them at a border crossing on October 26th of 2018. The brothers had stopped their car basically in the middle of the road and froze, Munn said, according to the CBC, when they realized they were at an official border crossing. The pair, who had no GPS and planned their entire route using paper maps, reportedly intended to drive into Maine illegally by using a back road without a border crossing, but somehow they wound up on one with the largest border crossing in New Brunswick.
Wow.
When two Canadian Border Service agencies officers approached the brothers' vehicles, they absolutely gave no response and just stared straight ahead, Munn said in court. That was when the officers peered into the back window of the vehicle and saw 9 jugs of gasoline in the back seat, and 12 more were later found in the trunk.
What in the world?
Authorities on both sides of the border immediately shut down the border crossing, blocked all traffic from entering and leaving, and sent drones, police dogs, and officers to surround the Roy's
Because
car.
it looks like a bomb, dumb
Right?
dumbs.
Leading to a 6.5-hour standoff before the brothers eventually drove towards the border crossing, stopped the car, and exited out the passenger door. The brothers were arrested by U.S. Customs and Border Protection officers, and though Bailey Roy was quickly returned to Canadian custody, Damien was detained in the U.S. for roughly 1 month because he tried to claim asylum in the U.S. Their goal was to drive without stopping for fuel. They were
They
just
have
going
to stop and pour it in.
Did they wear
right,
did they wear diapers?
I don't know what the rest of these
No, do you remember
fucktard
that
stories.
with,
yes. Going
the astronaut?
was it from Phoenix to Dallas?
Houston to Florida.
Oh,
Leave
Florida.
it to Florida, but yeah,
Fucking
Houston to
Florida.
Florida.
Yeah, was it the woman who was
Yeah.
going to her? Yes.
Because her
lover-
love interest
right.
was with another woman, right?
Very busy.
Stupid people
Very
everywhere.
busy.
Again, people just don't think.
Nope, you're
People
right.
just don't think.
They don't.
That's a great name for a podcast. People
yeah.
don't think.
Nope.
Cat?
You know who else doesn't think?
Ah,
Cows.
well. Do they like
This out of the big city,
they
the Big
like-
Apple,
do they like
New
it?
York City, once again.
New York.
City.
Where's the rope?
Once again, a cow has taken over the streets of New York City. This time running wild on the Major Deegan.
What?
It's a
Come
highway.
on, that's
Let it
not
go.
true.
Chopper 4 footage showed an extensive traffic jam Tuesday afternoon as NYPD officers tried to safely corral the cow.
We're over the inner loop. We see a bovine in lane 2. We're going to need y'all to go around that one during this rush
Black
hour.
and white.
It was
not
captured.
brown and white.
And tethered to a light pole on the highway
Tethered.
median.
Oh, poor thing.
Though agitated, the animal was at one point straining aggressively against the rope before apparently being tranquilized.
Oh,
well.
oh, the poor thing.
The runaway cow was first reported shortly before noon. A half hour later, it was still swamping traffic as about a dozen animal and law enforcement officers surrounded the creature. By 1:15 p.m., the animal had finally been put in a trailer and moved off the highway. It's
Moved off. You knew that was coming. Come on.
I
on.
did not see that coming.
That's like 3 things tonight
fantastic.
you were not expecting.
Not expecting. I was
Liked
not
it a lot.
prepared.
No.
It's not clear where the cow came from. The rampaging cow went on its escapade less than a week after a lamb got loose
It went on a lamb. It was a cow on a lamb.
Yep.
Cow on the lamb.
And just 2 days after a rogue goat ran amok in the Bronx.
What is going on in New York?
Both of those animals were taken to live out their days at the Mike Sturra's Skylands Animal Sanctuary and Rescue in New Jersey.
Yep, yep.
Sturra says the cow's coming along too.
You said earlier in your story that
I
you
did.
were unsure where the cow came from.
Probably bigger cows.
When two cows
When two
love
cows
each
love
other.
each other. I saw that one coming.
Ah,
Oh,
Nan.
that
Saw
one you
that
saw.
one coming.
All right, you saw that one.
Yeah,
All
when
right.
two cows love each other very much and get married. So there's a surprising number of farm animal
I guess
related
there are.
Yeah.
incidents
Sure.
in New York. Yeah.
State. Now, where, no, this wasn't in Manhattan.
No, it's in New York City. New York City, yeah, NYC.
Just maybe
Recently-
they saw the steer right outside of the.
No, there's a whole list of them. In the last couple of years,
maybe not.
a cow spent an hour strolling on I-80 in Patterson, New York. A loose bull was corralled in Brooklyn Park in October 2017. An escaped cow rampaged through Long Island in September of 2017.
Wow.
A cow made a mad dash for freedom in Queens, New York in February 2017. A loose cow made it to a Jamaica
Well,
parking
she's a
garage
whore.
in January 2016. And a cow escaped a Queens slaughterhouse
There you go.
in summer of 2011. This is a problem,
A
people.
loose cow.
This is a
Mamma mia, let
problem.
me go.
Mamma mia.
Mamma mia.
Ah, there you have it. Come on.
That was.
Come
You're
on.
usually the one who doesn't like puns.
I love puns.
Oh, you love puns.
Al can't stand my puns.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm on my way. I gotta go. I just got a very important call. I gotta.
Al can't stand my puns. God bless him. Enjoy the game. So there are a couple of things that I found, and they kind of tie together just as far as medical stuff.
I'm concerned.
A couple of
Does
couple
it have to
of
do with almond milk? Because we already.
no. We've already
They
done
don't have
this.
teats.
No. You leave my teats out of this.
Wow.
Moving on.
All of a sudden, we're an adult show.
Well, we're getting older as it goes on. So I was looking through the as far as medical marijuana and the fact that marijuana is a lot more than just THC, and talking about different healing compounds that are in it. And there was an article that was on that the federal government still insists, even though medical marijuana is legal in 33 states as of last November, the federal government still insists marijuana has no legal use and is easy to abuse. In the meantime, medical marijuana dispensaries have an increasing array of products available for pain, anxiety, sex, and more. The glass counters in their jars of products in the dispensary resemble an 18th century pharmacy. In a lot of ways, they really do. Many strains for sale have evocative and magical names like Blue Dream, Bubba, I'm going to probably say this wrong, Bubba Kush, and Chocolope.
I think that sounds right, Bubba Kush.
I like it, yeah. But what does it all mean? Are there really differences in the medical qualities of the various strains, or are the different strains with the fanciful names all just advertising gimmicks? The person who wrote this is a professor at the University of Southern California School of Pharmacy. Has lived in California a long time, remembering the Haight-Ashbury Summer of Love. While in graduate school, worked as a professor. Like Alexander Shulgin. Do you remember that name?
Like it was my own.
No. He's the father of designer drugs, basically. So, and here there was who taught this person that chemistry, the chemistry of medicinal plants. This writer learned, again, forgive me, I think is it Chumash?
Sure.
For
European?
Healing from a Native American Kumash or Chumash, healer for 14 years. So there are all different kinds of things that, in certain small doses, it can boost the libido.
Chumash also have a casino resort.
Oh,
Yeah,
good to know.
it's
And
true.
then there are cannabinoids. Like it goes through it went through a very detailed kind of 85 different cannabinoids and how the oils are produced and different things that they can do. And all of that stuff is relatively inexpensive, right? I mean, like as far as relatively getting marijuana can be relatively inexpensive. And there was a tie today. It was today I found this. It was earlier in March, but it talked about the 20 most expensive drugs, and these are made drugs, right? These are
Like recreational or
no,
just
no, no,
pharmaceuticals?
no. The most expensive pharmaceuticals.
Oh no, that's fucking bananas.
It is outlandish.
And the
Like,
worst
it's-
part is how much that price has increased in the last 10 years.
Right. Absolutely. And especially we're familiar. There's one of them in here that we all. I had done a story on it because it.
There's one.
It's Martin Shkreli, that
Okay.
son of a bitch who did with the Daraprim, for people. That's typically for AIDS and transplant patients.
Mm-hmm.
Is that the one that raised it 5,000%?
Right. You might recall in 2015, Martin I'm saying his name wrong, but who fucking cares? Sparked outrage for hiking the price of Daraprim from $13.50 per pill to about $750 per pill in a matter of days. While this caused a national conversation about drug prices and class action lawsuit, the price for Daraprim still remains high, with the list price for a 1-month supply, 60 tablets, coming out to $45,000. And it's commonly given, as I said, to AIDS and transplant patients. Made me think of Aaron, because I'm not sure if he was on any kind of with his transplant. Because I don't remember when we talked about the story, if he had chimed in about that. But it's to prevent infection, and it's used to treat toxoplasmosis in otherwise healthy people. Unlike other drugs on this list, patients are rarely on Daraprim for more than a couple of months, but even still, right? $45,000 a month for even a couple of months? My God.
That's nuts.
so the 20 most expensive drugs, there's something called Actimune, $52,322. And so it goes
Is that
through
is that
this.
per dose?
That is approved for osteoporosis and chronic.
Yeah, but the price is that per
right,
one
right,
dose.
right. It's so it's for this rare disorder. The list for Actimune is $43.60 per vial. Luckily, the manufacturer has an assistance program, which never has made sense to me. If you have an assistance program to help uninsured or low-income patients get it at no cost, then why isn't it just given at no cost?
Well, because if I can get $50,000
I'm
from
just
it,
saying, it shouldn't be $52,000 to begin
right?
with.
But if I can get $50,000 out of 8 people and then I give it away to 2 people, I still made a fuck ton of money because it cost me $3 to make.
Right. Myolept is $46,328. It's $46.33 per vial, and it's the only option to control a rare condition. And so there are no other cost-saving options available. And so this is the only way that you can go. The idea of these things that are out there, one of these is $22,070 per vial to treat a hereditary disease. And then you have something, and I'm not saying marijuana is the answer. I'm not saying that it's the only thing with the oils and whether it's smoking or it's
It's got a lot of viability.
it really does. And so at such a different cost, that story I had, because it made me think of Al, and Jenny has talked about things. So I thought that could be interesting. But then today I found this one, and I was like, holy shit. The cost and going through, while many patients for this other Kenadol, it's used to dissolve gallstones. It's currently off patent, which means typically that manufacturers can start making affordable generics if it's off patent, right? However, Chenadol or Kenadol, whatever, is protected under what is referred to as a closed distribution system, which prevents manufacturers from developing their own generic versions. While many patients, by the way, this it's manufactured by Retrofen, which was founded by that fucker Martin Shkreli, right? And that's where it went. One of the price hikes, it increased 5-fold underneath him. But while many patients take 90 tablets a month, some take as many as 210 at a whopping list price of $473 per tablet. I mean, the fact that here this can help you. It's almost like you're dangling something in front of someone. I just can't. Anyway, it just astounded me. So I just wanted to bring that up because I thought it was something interesting to talk about and kind of get the take of.
Yeah, one of the podcasts I listened to did a whole.
And
thing
Jenny
on
is
that.
right. So many they can get off opioids with THC, but the problem is I think so many people are turning to opioids because it gives them relief from because it takes them.
Well, the doctors are giving it to them.
No, you're absolutely right. But I'm saying
with good reason. You know what I mean? A lot of times you're prescribed an opioid for traumatic injury and surgeries and things like that.
But I'm talking about the people.
Interestingly enough,
Grey's
Grey's Anatomy addressed that this week.
Oh, and it's real. It's real.
A way to get
people
there.
do
It really,
not
really happened. Yeah,
do not say it's not real.
Those people are real.
They're real.
If I'm ever in Seattle and I get
They're
hurt,
real.
Grace Sloan Memorial Hospital is where I'm going.
I know.
I have forgotten. Excuse the yawn. Are you doing something entertainment
No,
like
I
or no?
got shit.
Okay, well I
Well,
wasn't
you
sure.
kind of do.
Well, it's on the wheel.
Yeah. Okay.
No, it's on the
Oh,
Are
I
you gonna
see.
send me the link to the wheel?
Well, yeah, same link as always.
Well, no, because remember it wouldn't update.
Oh yeah.
But
Yeah.
all right, so she's gonna do that. So then let's.
The link is coming.
I got to do
Make a break,
this.
Make a break.
That's what I'm gonna do. We're gonna make a break. We're gonna do this. We'll be back after this with more stuff about the wheel and Kat Carlson.
What a fucking disguise this is.
You're listening to Q Talk America. This is the Q Talk America Radio Network.
Back from my little break just in time to say hello, people. Hello.
You're not spending time with Barbara Seville again.
No, I have not. But there was that commercial still reminds me of the little, I think it's for Cricket Wireless or one of them, and it's the little cartoon characters on his own. Hi, hi, and he's like, bye. That's all they say. It just makes me laugh. Oh, well. Hi, everybody. Still in the chat room going. I got Jenny and Joe and Anant and Nero, and I think my mom is still listening, and so much going on. Al Perkins is not with us this week.
He's not dead or anything.
Other people to spend a Tuesday with, so he's not with us, but that's quite all right.
They're doing boy things. I can't wait to hear about their adventures.
Al's probably exhausted, I'm going to guess. We'll figure that out. But coming up now, we have Kat Carlson and whatever the hell she's going to do. What are you going to do?
Whatever's on the wheel.
Whatever's on the wheel. Oh,
That's all I got.
shizzle manizzle.
That's all I got. That's my new.
That's your new
my
thing.
new segment.
Hang on, I got to figure. Oh, I just closed out. No, I did.
God damn it.
What?
This is why we can't have nice things.
This is why? Well, I'm used to Al talking for 4 hours.
That's true. That's true.
Marty just
We've
laughed.
done a great job. We filled a lot of time. We solved a lot of things.
Yeah, we talked about
We solved the great almond milk
teats,
debacle.
or whatever that was.
The great almond milk debates.
Come on, wheel. Where's the wheel?
almond milk caper? Do you want me to send it
Oh,
to you
that,
again?
no, I got it. Here it is. Oh my God. We have to make sure we're squared around in here. There's lots to do with regards to this wheel. There's positioning.
Yeah.
Things to happen. Okay, so we got the wheel. We got it placed. Now, here's the
Now what do we
wheel.
do?
There we go. There's the wheel. We're ready to go. We're going to click the wheel.
We click and we find
we
a topic
click
and
and
then
we
we say whatever we have to say about it. Sometimes a lot, sometimes a little.
Here we go. What's
And
the first topic?
then First topic is going to be
The Broadway
perfect.
Pooper.
The Broadway Pooper. Our friend
Okay.
Sean Nerdal sent this to me this week.
Sean.
I'm going to read it to you.
Okay, go ahead.
With as straight of a face as I can.
Do what you can. Good luck.
A mystery pooper is tormenting Broadway. A mystery pooper has turned Broadway into the Great Wipe Way, laying waste to audition rooms by using them as a personal potty and revolting thespians.
That is horrible to do for thespians.
The stealthy stink bomber struck during tryouts for Magic Mike the Musical.
Stealthy stink bombers. Come on.
And again, let's see. Magic Mike the Musical at Pearl Studios at 500 8th Avenue on February 26th, and again on March 6th at the Ripley Greer space down the block. There was a lot of disbelief, said actress Eunice Bay of the first incident when she saw a show rep slip on something on the floor.
Whoa!
She stopped and said, "Oh, I just stepped in shit."
Wow.
We all laughed, thinking she was using the slang version of shit to mean a general mess. But then we all began to smell it. Fellow auditioner Allie Faye Munka said the first theory was that someone carried it off the street on their shoes, but
No.
there was no way that was
Nay,
possible,
nay.
given that it looked like, well, a fresh pile.
A deposit.
No. Theater insiders have plunged in with their own hunches
Ah.
about what might have prompted the dastardly deposits.
Wow.
Some suspect the poopatrator
I do like that.
wanted to dump on the Actors Equity Association. This, after the union aggressively promoted the hashtag #AskIfIt'sEquity campaign, which urged ticket buyers to find out if a show they wanted to see was a union production. The Magic Mike audition was an open call, meaning both union and non-union actors were allowed to try out. Non-union hopefuls often complain that Actors Equity mistreats them. But Broadway actors are upset that some shows, including SpongeBob SquarePants, the musical, go on tour with non-union performers who earn about 4 times less than Equity members. Sad for them. 2 days after the first deuce dropped,
Wow.
someone launched Ask If Shit Equity on Twitter, the hashtag. Actors, being actors, they gleefully posted spoofs of the scat attacks, including
I like it.
God.
including a singing send-up from the cast of the Prom musical, which got 6,647 views on Twitter. That's awfully specific.
Yeah, that really is.
Super specific. In another skit based on an SVU-style show called SPU, the
That
special,
made me laugh. Oh my
special
God.
pooping
Pooper
unit,
Of course.
God, that made
a
me fucking
Detective
laugh.
Brown demands of a witness any details you could help us flush out the puns in this
I
are
loved
deep,
it.
deep, deep, deep.
Oh, God, I fucking loved it.
One actress was grateful for the comic relief. Alexandra Rose posted her thanks to the serial pooper
Ah.
for getting me through this particularly arduous audition season. Others wondered if a jittery performer, perhaps on the all-tea diet, popular with Broadway stars, simply couldn't get to the bathroom on time. At press time, no one knew who was leaving this shit every
That's right.
night.
That's right. It's apparently
To
no
Sean
one's been
Renaud.
found.
Okay.
There it is.
49 seconds ago, the Associated Press posted that Disney closed its $71 billion acquisition of Fox Entertainment, thereby putting Cinderella, The Simpsons, and Star Wars all under one roof.
Ah.
Wow.
Just in case you needed to know that.
No.
Wow.
Do we...
And Joe had something in there initially at the beginning of the show, but just a headline.
Oh, what did he say?
Infamous Jack the Ripper serial killer might be
Oh,
identified through
I had
DNA.
read that.
Yeah.
Oh.
And as Joe pointed out, still dead. You know, but that's
23andMe, I'm telling you, don't fucking. If you plan on
Right.
doing crimes, don't sign up for
don't
this
sign
shit.
up for that.
All right.
And
That's
tell your
right.
family not to. My grandparents just did it, so now I'm fucked. If I want to do crimes,
you're
they'll
right.
find me through them.
You're not,
That's
gonna,
right.
you're not doing any crimes.
God
Ah,
you don't
but-
know.
I
Maybe
do.
I'm
I
not-
know you. I
You
know
don't know.
you.
You
All
don't
right.
know.
Maybe I'm planning crimes.
We're gonna spin the wheel. Here
Spin
we
the
go.
wheel.
All right.
See where it goes.
Yep.
I don't even remember what's on there.
What's this one? Tony Awards
Tony
has
Awards
a
has a
host
host
already.
already.
Yes, I read this. Go
This
ahead.
just announced
I did
today.
not
Yeah.
know.
I'm very excited. He was super successful when he
And
last hosted in 2016.
Great.
He's hilarious. He's a fan. He is a Tony nominee himself. James Corden to
Yes,
host this
sir.
year's
Oh, that's great.
Tony Awards.
Yeah.
Yeah, very excited. There's nothing to be said about it. Oscars, get your shit together.
Yep. Yeah,
And-
for real.
Hire people that love movies.
And I'm sure some douchebag will figure out some way to do it, but there's absolutely nothing controversial about James Corden.
No.
Nothing. He's
No.
not gay. He loves to sing, dance. He's an actor. He has a talk show. He's from the UK.
He's amazing.
Like I don't know.
Loves
there's-
his wife.
Loves it. Yeah. What in the hell could you
Nope,
possibly
it's not
find?
Neil Patrick Harris.
No.
No, it's James Corden.
No, it's
Yep.
James Corden.
Yep.
No. It would be, Neil Patrick Harris would also be lovely.
Absolutely. I
Yeah.
agree.
No, I would endorse that 100%. But no, it's James Corden for his.
But I
return
do that.
appearance.
funny.
Yeah.
He's
Oh.
very funny. Yep.
Way better than Kevin Spacey. That year was awkward.
Well, there are a lot of
And,
awkward
and
things
even the
that go
James
through that.
Groban and Sarah Bareilles was like, yeah.
Let's go
Yeah,
back.
That's true.
It was
Yeah,
odd.
yeah,
It
yeah.
was odd.
You're
Let's
right.
go back to the wheel.
See, there's not much to say about some of these things.
What's next? So
It
you're
kills
right.
a little time.
What's this one going to be?
I don't know.
Florida weed.
As if Florida didn't
weed.
have any other
I like
problems.
it.
It's now legal to smoke your weed in Florida.
Oh, God.
When did that start?
The voters voted it in, and the governor signed it this week.
Oh, so it went into effect immediately.
Signed it in.
Wow.
And all of a sudden, Florida, I think it just became more chill. Like everybody just calmed the fuck down
Hashtag
in Florida.
more chill.
Is that what's going to happen?
Well,
You know,
maybe they're going to
honestly,
give up
I
the
saw-
bath salts to, they'll stop eating off people's
Right.
faces. And
The
just be
alligator
like,
skin will go away, and they'll
"You're
all
like,
just be
"Dude,
stoned.
Look at you.
and-
Yeah, that'd be
Yeah.
great.
It's actually been 2 years since Florida voters approved legal marijuana,
Okay.
Yeah.
but they had a dickhead for a governor, so
So wait, so is this like full on recreational? This is like smoke them if you got them.
yeah, smoke them if you got 'em.
Wow.
Yep.
All right.
Yep, it's been a long time in the making. Floridians, as they're called,
They are.
Yes, yes. Floridians.
overwhelmingly
Well,
voted in favor of a
they're called a lot of
constitutional
things.
amendment to allow actually medical marijuana. However, in 2017, then governor and
Asshole.
real fine guy, Governor Rick Scott
Rick.
signed a law
right,
that banned
that's right.
marijuana smoking in all forms. The ban was overturned on Monday when Governor Ron DeSantis signed legislation to
Well, I
repeal
say
it.
good for them.
Right.
Well, hopefully
Yeah.
that means less Florida man stories are going to come out in the next several months.
Yeah, I'm sorry,
For
I
real.
misspoke. It is medical marijuana, not recreational. But I mean, the line is
that
really
is
fine there.
yeah, it's a gateway drug.
Really fine
Yeah.
line.
That's
They'll
true.
figure it out.
That's true.
There are people that I know that have medical marijuana cards that I'm like,
Yeah, but do you need that?
that
Yeah.
anxiety is real bad, is it?
Yeah. Oh no, and that's the thing. And I always
And it's fine. I'm not opposed to it. Like, do what you
I
gotta
could give
do
two
and
shits.
jump through whatever bureaucracy you gotta jump through to get what
Yeah.
you want. I don't give a shit. But yeah,
right, but then why don't we just
how's
call
that,
it
how's that
smoke
glaucoma
marijuana?
doing? Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. Just
How's-
call it marijuana.
Yeah.
And just smoke it.
Yeah.
like,
Do whatever you want to.
Or
who
eat it like
cares?
it's all
Eat it.
edibles. It's all
Or
fucking
eat
gummy
it.
bears and
Right.
shit now.
But at the same, just don't call it medical marijuana
No.
anymore. Just
No.
make it so that
Because
people
all
can
the
get
people
it.
that were raising all
Get
the
yourself a license. Call it a license.
Exactly. Whatever you need.
call
Yeah.
it a license.
Yep.
Whatevs. But I'm in.
Yep.
All right, we're gonna do one more on the
Good
old
job.
wheel of
All
right.
love
All
and
right,
tenderness.
all
That's
Oh,
what we
I don't
got.
know which one I want it to be. There's so many good ones.
No, can't have that again.
No,
Nope,
no,
nope,
respin,
nope.
respin.
Spin again. Ooh, what's this one?
Ooh.
So this is.
it's just a cry for help.
Wow.
I like-
we
I like to-
short-lined that one. Guess
no. So
Fuck.
Val Perkins III
Yes,
Yeah.
of course.
referred to us in entertainment last week. A charming little show called Please Like Me. It's available on the Hulu,
Okay.
and it's charming. I am in hook, line, and sinker. I've
Okay.
abandoned all other television until I finish this little show. It's the cutest thing. It's an Australian production, which makes me very much want to go to Australia now because
Sure.
I'm quite certain that they're all like the 7 people that are in the show. But
Exactly.
it's super
Everyone is.
yeah, just cute and dumb and fun, and like the theme song is stuck in my head.
Is this
and
a
just,
porn?
Okay.
It's not a porn. No.
Cute, dumb, and fun. Stand
No,
by.
no.
All
It's about a bunch of 20-somethings just being 20-something
Still,
and
you're not
stupid, and
very
the one
far
character like very early on comes out as gay, and he's just kind of an awkward, quirky guy. And I am on board and would like to second the recommendation.
Okay.
Oh, I see.
Okay.
All right.
Only
there
on
it is.
Hulu.
On the Hulu is the only place that I know to get it,
Okay.
Okay.
but I don't get television other places. So I don't.
Please like
Well,
me.
I will
Please
share
like
with
me.
you 2 things that I watched. Mom,
please
if
do.
you're still listening, if not, I will tell you in person. Just perusing through, and I can't recall if this one was on the Netflix, if it was on my Prime Video. Not sure which one it was on, Mom. Called Bill Murray Stories. It is a guy who does a documentary about all the Bill Murray stories, which I didn't realize was a thing.
I didn't either.
Bill Murray shows up everywhere.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. I didn't
know.
realize
So
that. Oh, that's what you mean, Bill Murray stories. Okay.
And, well, that's
okay.
what threw me off because I thought, oh, is it going to be Bill Murray telling stories? I'm
Right.
like, well, I'm down for
Right.
that.
Sure, that
I
sounds
love-
like a lot of fun.
I love
He
Bill
will.
Murray.
He'll just walk into a party.
Right. So this guy, the guy that did the
Imagine.
documentary, goes to all of the people who have the stories. He went to, I think it's either North or South Carolina, where several of them go, because there's a minor league baseball team that Bill Murray owns.
Oh, sure.
There,
Okay.
so he's there all the time. He went to this guy goes to London. He goes all these different places and tracks
That's
down.
cool.
But it's really cool. But it was and
That's cool.
you just love Bill Murray anyway because he's Bill Murray.
Right.
But when I finished watching it, like I'm just laying in bed chilling watching this, and it's like, well, I just felt good,
That's
like,
a
that
good
people
feel
like
good.
Bill Murray were out there.
Yeah.
That's so fun.
Just
And he'll apparently like show up like if he'll crash a wedding.
just show up.
Yeah. Crash a wedding, go in, take pictures, just walk up to people, be like, "Hey, how you doing?"
One of the stories that they talk about is he walks into like a frat party or whatever, some party at a deal, and realizes he walks into the kitchen and realizes that nobody had been washing dishes, so he starts washing dishes. He just stood there and washed all the
do
dishes.
that.
That's awesome.
And then
Jenny
what-
said it's on Netflix.
And that's okay. It's
Yep,
on Netflix.
yep.
Got it. Bill Murray stories. Got it. Thank you, Jenny.
I love it.
So if you haven't watched, it's funny. It's like 70 minutes or so. It's
I
it's
haven't
very
even
cute.
seen that,
It
so I'll have
starts
to
out
look.
weird because you're like, what are these people talking about these stories?
Right.
But then the guy goes in and you see him start the documentary. But it's cool. There's this one story about him being at with a frat party and a band, and he shows up in a car with all these girls that have a girl band, and he's their roadie, and he loads in their equipment, and the cops show up, and the guy's like, Bill Murray's in here, so if you want to tell him to calm down, you go ahead.
Yeah, right.
And Bill Murray meets the cops at the door with a tambourine and invites him in. Like, he just shows up.
That's
anyway, so Bill
fantastic.
Murray stories is very cute.
I
And
love it.
Based on Al, so I think it was maybe it was last week he talked to us about this. Again, I can't recall if it's Netflix or if it was my Prime, because they're just interchangeable at this point. The new Studio 54 documentary
Oh yeah.
No.
with Ian I can't think of his last name now. Stargard. Anyway, the other one. Very interesting. I learned a lot about Studio 54 that I didn't know because I never knew it was actually a TV studio
Ian
converted
Schrager.
into a Ian Schrader.
Schrager.
Schrager.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I never knew that it was a CBS television studio that game shows and things used to be shot in that had been sitting dormant for all these years. It's an actual theater.
Oh, I
Yeah,
didn't
well,
realize that either.
I was talking all about that.
I don't listen to Al.
Okay.
I don't. I try.
Because he
I
talks
do
about
what
the
I
different
can.
sets that they would bring out for the different parties and what they did to the balcony, which I don't remember, but it was crazy.
Yeah, there's a lot going on in the balcony. But it's I just
Yeah,
I just tune him out. And I'm one of those people that needs to see it. Like I
He's
need
the
to
little
see.
bald guy that he's a nurse.
I recognize him if I see him.
I mean, he
know
works
it.
in a restaurant.
Yeah, but no, but
Strong, confident woman.
But
Al
the Studio
Perkins.
54 documentary was very interesting because I actually
Missy Al detective.
I had no idea why. I didn't know they went to jail. I didn't know any of this shit. I knew nothing about this other than it was just a great party place that only lasted like
yeah, I'm with
36
you.
months.
I don't.
It's a very cool documentary to watch, and it's all said from Ian, who really didn't ever talk anything about this whole story ever, and the people that were in the studio, a bouncer and a security guard and their lawyer, and all these people are in it. And the interesting thing is, who is their lawyer in this whole thing? Neil Cohen. Neil Cohen, who fucking the dumpster fire keeps saying, "Where's my Neil Cohen?" in all this. Interesting that because it's all in New York.
Sure. Right.
So all these people, yeah. But anyway, Studio 54.
I was like, why do I know that name? Yeah.
You know what's funny is well, it's not funny. It's just a fact. I scroll through all the different series and things, and I look at all. I just don't have any interest in any of the series. I like the documentaries. I like something that's educational to learn about something.
There are series that I've seen that I would like to, like I'll put them on my watch list or wish list or whatever it is. And I think, oh, that one looks really good. Nope, I'm with you. I go right to the documentary.
It doesn't, there's nothing. Now, I'm not saying I couldn't, like I will later binge watch something if I can go through, if I can storm
the
through
whole
all of
thing.
it.
I love
Right.
doing that.
Right.
Yeah.
Like there was a documentary that I watched about them building a bridge in Dubai that was just fascinating. How the hell they did it all.
Sure.
But it was in a series of how did they build it, or how largest things they build in the world, or whatever it was. But it was just one segment of it.
There's a TV show that's on that's about houses that actually makes me think of you when I've watched it, because it's this it's the just strangest houses that like they go around this guy and gal go around the world, and they're not together. It's just a team, right, for the TV show. And they look, and it's some of the most odd, intricate, fascinating homes that you're like, how in the hell? And the window you can swim out to get, you know, with the infinity pool and
That seems fun.
it really
And
is
drafty.
something.
And drafty at the
and
same
like
time,
then
I'm
your
not sure.
master bedroom, you have to walk down these stairs, and then you pull the bed out from the bottom step.
Oh, I would fucking love that.
Right?
Did you make your bed? What? Yep.
Yep. I mean, it really like
Yeah.
everything was, and so everything had a place and was put away and was very, and then you could, you know, like a Murphy bed.
Listen,
right? Is that
Murphy
what
beds.
they're called?
Murphy beds are some of my very favoriteest things.
I've never been on
Yeah.
one. I've never
Fold it
used
up and
one.
it's
fold it-
gone.
Yeah,
I had
but-
a friend of a friend who lived in a tiny, tiny little apartment in Long Beach, California. That apartment was about as big as this room.
Okay.
And the bed, I'm not quite sure what was on the other side of that wall or where it went, but it was a pull out. It looked like a dresser.
Yeah.
And then you pulled on the drawers, and the whole bed just like
Oh,
wheeled
see,
out
that's fantastic.
from the wall.
Yeah.
And like I said, I'm not sure like what was happening on the other side of that wall. I wasn't really paying attention enough
Sure.
to
I
be
get it.
curious about
Yeah,
that,
yeah.
because I was in Long Beach for
Yeah.
other reasons. Like, no,
Duh.
we're not doing this.
Yeah.
May have been drunk.
Yeah.
Mine probably was
Good
most
thing.
of the time, really.
Good thing, yeah.
Honestly, yeah, it was a long time
You're in
ago.
Long
I-
Beach. Why not?
I used to drink.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But those kind of, but it's just fascinating. So those shows I have on my wish list
Oh, those are
or
fun.
watch list, and so
Yeah.
those I can go in because you don't have to become committed to anything, right? It's not like you have to watch this week and then next week this will happen. You're like, meh, I can watch this whenever. Those are really cool. I'll have to get the name of that and send that to you guys, because I think that just knowing how you love to kind of put things together and see how things work really is pretty fascinating. You're like, how did you get all of that out of, you know?
Yeah.
And then the only other thing was one that I had told you about, and it's the James the Amazing Randy, that Honest Liar that I had told you
and
about.
honestly, I watched that too.
What did you think?
Interesting.
It's
but
on Netflix, and it's also on Yidio. I don't know what this is, but it's something free. I
An
believe.
Honest Liar.
right.
It was interesting, but it didn't do what I thought it was going to do. It was more.
Okay.
It was more of the story. Yeah, he debunked some stuff, and I get the thing with the televangelist, all kind of
Right.
But really, it was the story about how he was actually wrapped up in and living a lie with
Right.
his partner,
Right.
that then had to become a citizen, and he was stealing an identity. Like it didn't.
It
was-
went in a different
went in a
direction.
different direction.
Yeah.
However,
I agree.
I was looking for more of a, literally him debunking
Yeah.
more of how these scams are pulled off
Sure,
and how things
sure.
are done with not necessarily magic, because I do still
I love
enjoy
that fascination.
I do like how the fuck did they do that? But there's some of those things that scam. But the one from the televangelist who was doing that I knew of. I mean,
Right.
I'm from the Bible Belt of this country. I've seen a lot of those.
Sure.
Those what they used to call them, the revival tent preachers.
Yes.
Who
yes.
would show up and miraculously save people from all this kind of bullshit.
Healed.
No, all that.
Well, and
Healed.
what that's what I just took far more out of the An Honest Liar, it's called. I just took far more out of it than that end part of the story. Like with watching that, it led me down a different path of, with that, how many people in our day and age right now that are so gullible and believing, so many people that are so full of shit, whether on Broadway or in Washington D.C. Well, actually, on
no.
Broadway they're not full of shit any
Not
longer.
anymore.
They're,
No, they're-
you know,
they're devoid
leaving
of it,
Yeah,
actually,
they're devoid of
They're
it.
devoid
But
of it.
you know, and Nance saw the James Randy documentary. I'm fascinated by how people will go in because of what we so want to believe, right? And you've given all this information, and you think that you can simply go to this human being, and that they can, oh, and I see this, and the one part where the guy looks, that jackass looks at the mom who had brought her son, who had tumors,
Yeah.
and said, healed.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck?
Because people then stop taking medications and people
Yes.
stop going to the doctor and they believe that there's fictitious
He
God.
said, I'm healed.
Yeah, that's,
Yeah.
it just drives me insane.
And so it was more that all of a sudden that I've been really more perseverating on, really, and thinking about that kind of stuff, and fascinated by that. To that how can, where do people go with that? Like, what is their thought process? I get you want to believe that, but I'd love to do the follow up with those people.
With the people who are cured?
Cured.
Right.
Right. Because in watching that, I'm not kidding. I would love to find out about that little boy. What happened?
Yeah, unfortunately, we probably know that what the
Right,
outcome of that one.
right,
But
right.
like the other ones, the women who can all of a sudden walk and can do their sight problems, that's all staged in plants.
Right, yeah.
So there's no follow up really with that because they found out that they were. Oh, I'm looking for Mary Smith. She's in a red dress. I feel like
That's
she's in a
right.
red dress, and then Mary Smith
And you
walks
can
up.
walk.
Right.
You're healed.
Put your cane down, run through her, and then they just run.
And
to
they
the-
run.
Yeah.
They've
Stupid.
never met before, except that's his aunt.
Right. And she's on payroll. Fucking
Correct,
people.
correct.
Fucking Chucky.
Oh, that's funny. Anyway,
Chucky.
but
Stupid.
that
This
I thought was
fucking guy.
fascinating.
This fucking guy. Yeah, so anyway, those two things on there. But again, they're documentaries, and the unfortunate thing is, I only think to watch them because I don't really watch much TV. The news is on all the time.
Yep, yep.
I do make my special Rachel moment. We sit and we watch, but laying in bed, sadly it took me forever to get through the one I watched. My cousin Mike that visited us had sent me a text, and I watched the one called Behind the Curve.
Okay.
About the flat earthers, and it took me
I saw you had something about
3
that,
or
but-
4 days of watching it because I kept nodding off because it was so boring. Like,
Documentaries can be dull.
but it wasn't even interesting. Like, you people are just so stupid. Like,
Peter Popoff, that's correct.
it just
Sorry.
yeah, Peter Popoff exactly. He was the televangelist who they outed.
Yeah.
But it's just it wasn't even interesting. Their belief that the earth was flat wasn't even interesting enough to keep me awake.
Right.
So I had to watch it in several segments.
Sure.
And the fact that they have conferences and they have all these things. But what I did love about it, and I'll just spoil the end of this for you because you're going to want to watch it to see how they do this.
Yep, that's right, Jenny.
At the end of it, during the entire setup of this whole thing about the flat earthers, there is one group out of California somewhere that was trying to prove that the earth was curved.
Okay.
And their test for doing this was they had a laser beam, and they had set, I guess this was on a roadway somewhere, maybe next to a riverbank. I'm not exactly sure where they were, but they had 3 different points. They had the beginning where the laser was, they had the end, and in the middle there was another point. And somehow they had measured them all, that the mark was X, however it was. I forget exactly how they did it. But they had even said to themselves, Earth is flat. We should be able to shoot through the laser beam, through the holes, and we should see it on the final piece of wood or whatever the fuck they had, right?
Okay.
If we can't, the Earth is curved. So they go
Smart.
So they keep trying and trying to do this whole test, and then they actually get to the very end. Like, I think it's even after the credits roll, they cut back and it shows them do it. And I'll be damned if it doesn't prove that the Earth is curved. And then they just go right to black. And it's just they proved themselves
That's funny.
out of their entire
That's funny.
documentary that the Earth was flat. It's just
That's really funny.
it was
I
it
love
was
that.
kind of funny. But again, it's insane that people. You don't believe in science. I don't get that. I just facts, figures, analysis.
Well, and we've talked before, and it was actually maybe the only time that cats actually pulled at my heartstrings. With no, just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Wow.
I'm playing with your friend.
No, I'm
But
surprised that happened.
I know, right? But when
I'm usually a pretty unsympathetic
quite a long
case here.
Well,
People are like,
but
well,
on
fuck
this
that
one,
bitch.
it was an interesting thing that has stayed with me about the fact when I was commenting. I don't remember what story I was doing, but about people that get caught up in, and how can people get caught up in, like, cults? And how is that a thing? How do you believe Charles Manson? How do you believe Peter Popoff?
Jim
How
Jones.
do you Jim Jones?
Did I have a compelling case for why I believe
And
that people
you
do
did.
that? Oh, that seems right.
And it was the
Shame you don't remember it.
I know, right?
No, I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure. I'm pretty sure if I started talking, I would. But carry on.
Yeah, the basic idea is that, you know, if you kind of feel like you're wandering, that
You're just looking
that
to
You're
belong.
looking, yeah, and that you could be lured into that kind of thing. And I look at it and go, come on, and then I heard you say that, and I was like, oh,
Yeah. Well, that's why people get to religion in the first place. Like, it's a community.
Absolutely.
It's a place to belong, and it's a thing that explains the things that you can't wrap your mind around.
right.
And I actually think religion has a good place in society. I think that the institutions are doing terrible things.
Absolutely, the organization of it is the.
I think the
problem.
concept of it is very comforting and very helpful to people who don't, who aren't necessarily strong enough to just face hard things.
Absolutely.
Because not everybody is. Not everybody can just look
Absolutely.
at their house being on fire and go, oh,
Oh.
well, that's happening.
We're gonna have to rebuild
Yeah,
that.
that's-
yeah.
We're going to have to do something else
build
tonight.
A bigger barn. Yeah, but
You know.
So they just say, well, Satan caused my house to burn down. Is that like where they go and God couldn't stop him?
No,
I don't know
but it has to be incredibly comforting to be able to believe that the bad things that are happening, that the struggles that you are having, have some sort of good purpose, right? It has to be incredibly comforting. Like I don't ever feel that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's not a thing that I believe or a thing that I feel, but it has to be incredibly comforting to be able to say, you know what, this is just something that I have to get through.
Yep.
This is somebody's plan. There's something good going to come out of this
and I
shitty
can
week.
easily tell you
Like,
that it is comforting. It is.
I
And it's not
I
about
think
a
that's
strength or a weakness.
I think
but
that's a
it is.
wonderful thing that religion can give to people.
Sure. Or
that belief,
spiritual,
spiritual, whatever you want,
some
right?
sort. Right.
Just
right.
just that belief. I think that is wonderful for
It's
the
a
people.
fucking pterodactyl.
Get it.
Fuck. God, yeah.
God
Yep, and
damn
I'm
it.
with Jenny.
He's just here for the
Religion, no,
entertainment value.
spirituality,
Bite
yes.
the fuck out of me. I don't like him at all.
This is fun.
Yep.
So, there's basically an eagle in here.
There's not an ego. Stop it.
Nope, she's right. That's a pterodactyl right there. I don't like that at all.
Anyway.
Yeah, but there are so many people that are so very lost and lonely. Like, of course, cults appeal to them. Of course, they do.
And the idea of like him being able to make someone believe that they're healed, it stresses me out.
Well,
I think quite
that's a
frankly.
little crazy. Yeah,
Yeah, that part, that kind of stuff just stresses me out.
that's preying on desperation.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. And the fact that, as Jenny said, that son of a bitch still has a ministry in California.
Yeah, came back.
And same thing with Jim and Tammy Faye.
Well, Tammy died.
Well, right,
But-
but I'm saying the fact that he
Right,
went
he's
to
back.
jail.
Right, back on the air, selling
Food for
survival
people. Yeah,
food
yeah.
for the end of times.
Yeah,
And and people just suck it up.
they sure do.
Send him money.
And he has his new wife who's
Yeah.
like a little mini Tammy.
It's insane that people buy into that. I've never got it, and I don't
My
get it.
great aunt in small town Eagle Grove, Iowa, was certainly one of them.
Yeah,
You know, would send her money, and did not have a lot, but would send what she had to. God, I don't remember who's Falwell.
Jerry Falwell.
yeah.
I think it was Jerry. Oh my God. You know,
I
it's
don't-
just it's crazy.
It's
Literally crazy. So digress.
Good for them.
Digress.
Good
Good,
for
right.
them.
Good on you.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Bless your heart,
Oh, bless her
your
heart.
dumb
Yep.
bitch.
There you
There's-
fucking have. Did you just call my great aunt a dumb bitch?
I think
No,
he
that
did-
was just a
he-
general-
She's still dead. It's
Literally
okay.
just
No, that
did.
was just a
I mean,
general.
she's still dead.
Literally
Okay,
just
that's
happened.
fine. Yeah.
Oh, just a
Awful.
general bless your heart.
Yeah.
Yes.
But she really that really is a dumb bitch move. Like,
I
don't do that.
Don't get it. Never have
Yeah.
understood it. And I've never understood following people like that. Like, you can like somebody. Like I liked Prince. I like George Michael. I like Cadillac cars. I
Sure.
like you like something. I get that. But
Yeah, but if George Michael were he still with us, were to look up and say, you know, hey, everybody, and maybe you could say, well, they do that with albums, or they do, but if he said like a specific, I need you to send me your money for blah, blah, blah. What?
No.
No, George. We're not
No.
doing that.
You put out an album, I'll
Right.
buy the album.
Right.
I'll buy, yeah, but I'm not, no, I just don't
Just
see.
because
I'm,
you support the, I don't know.
I know.
Yeah.
I've raised a surprising amount of other people's money for just cause. I get it.
No, but I don't
For
know.
ridiculous things. I mean, granted, they eventually went to a charity, but ridiculous things. I've talked people into giving me $20 for it. I get it. I'm basically about to start a cult. You're welcome.
Good God.
If
Well,
this
be sure to
fucker
tune in
starts,
next week.
if this fucker starts to like think she's a healer or some shit,
Let me lay the hands
keep your
Well, she's
fucking
building an
hands over
empire.
there.
of this fucker
Yeah.
on you.
Yeah,
building
so
an
did
empire.
Darth fucking Vader. Stay over there.
My God.
Darth Vader never laid his hands on me.
There's no.
I don't know what you're talking about. Darth Vader had gloves on all the time. This is Mr. Miyagi.
I know.
Or the ShamWow guy. I'm not sure.
Or the ShamWow guy. I know.
Oh, that's
All right.
funny.
I think we've
No,
done enough
Jenny,
damage
I'm
on
not
a
there.
for a Tuesday night. We managed to fill almost the entire 3 hours without Al.
We did a
Can
great
you imagine?
job.
We'd have been here till tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or we just would have
And
been
we'd have got to
quiet.
different
And
stuff.
Al's not
probably.
here next week. Or no,
I'm not here
You're
next
not here next week. Al's here. And then the following week, we don't have a show. We don't have a show the 9th of April, by the way.
No.
We-
Oh,
we
Right.
don't
good.
have a
Okay,
show.
I'll just go ahead and write that down.
Here we go.
All right. I
Lots-
probably would have been on time that day.
Show up. We ain't doing a show.
I'll just take a picture of
Thank you to everybody in the chat room. Be sure to join a cult before we join you again next week. But as we do wrap up tonight's show, let's
Join my
leave you
cult.
with this parting thought. We will see you next Tuesday.
Bye, guys.